me what's good. I'm trying to get these hoes single. And this is my single.
DJ Ill Will.
What these niggas hollering about? Catastrophic cake that, and I bring them dollars out. Talk that shit, bloody mouth. Walk that shit, Kim strong. Guarantee your girl get sliced like Kim Mo. Bitch, I'm in the club.
We're here to have fun. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Signs to the ceiling roof. Sipping on that 100 proof. And I'm dressed in Gucci too. And these hoes jock a nigga. So I holler what it do. Where you at?
I'm in the cloud. Today we are going to check out some content. I promise it's worth your time. We're gonna have tons of fun. There is this really cool show that happens every Wednesday evening called Culture United, run by one Justin Hunt, aka the Company Man. Last I checked, we were relatively cordial, and I remember receiving permission to react to some Culture United content. In case you all did not know, the artist formerly known as Drake released 3 albums. I think like 3/4 of one of them were decent. And I have nobody to talk to about this stuff because I do all of my content alone. So I'm going to pretend to be a part of Culture United today. I'm going to see what these people thought of it. I have had like a month to digest the album, and I have already formed all my own opinions. So I'm going to see how other people feel. I want to give some people time to get in. This is going to be a long stream, so grab a snack, grab a drink, whatever you'd like. We're in the club.
The homies, tell me what's good. I'm trying to get these hoes single. And this is my single. Move something, move something.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Congratulations to South Africa. We are in the round of 32. Shout out Africa. All right, this is what we're working with. Before we actually get started, quick update. This is what Drake's music has been sounding like lately. This is the music in question.
Manish on the beach, shebang. All of my ops, they dead. Why do they gas me up? Where does it go? My head. How much I got? A lot. Don't leave again, I won't. Thinking of trying me, do like Bryson, pussy ass nigga, and don't.
Okay, all right. Wanted to give some people some time to get in. 30 or so derps in the chat. If you haven't already, for whatever reason, like the video. We're talking about Drizzy today.
Can I forgive? I can't. What do I need? Some head. Shorty keep asking a date. She tryna finesse Poly Market for bread.
All right. Okay. All right, let's get into it. We're about 3-4 minutes into the stream. That's enough. That's enough dilly-dallying. Let's actually have the conversation. This is what we're looking at. This is our wonderful panel of people. I actually went ahead and did a little bit of legwork before you all got here. Skipped forward past all the intro stuff. I can tell you who these people are. I think I know these people. I'm familiar with these people. Shout out Professor Sky. We're cool. Last I checked, we're cool. He gave me a very nice compliment in a recent video of his. BK, lovely young lady on the panel. DJ Hard Hitter. I will be honest, I don't know who this is. So could be a total wild card. And from what I understand, this is, Stat Quo, who, to my knowledge, is a avid hater of Drake, to the point where, if I remember correctly, I think he said he wasn't going to listen to the album at all. So very interested to see what his opinions are on an album that he may or may not have listened to. If you're a fan of Culture United or you already watched this episode, you may be aware of the fact that this is a 8-hour and 43-minute video. We're not watching all that shit. That is not what we are doing. We just want to see what the opinions of these people are. and see how they match up with our own, see if anybody has any fantastic takes, see if anybody has anything to say that is regrettable. Yes, it is 8 hours. These people love Drake. All right, let's get into it. Culture United, Derapy, Yaps Live. Quick volume check. And I believe we are golden. I got it on time and a quarter speed. I hope that's okay with you. Here we go.
All right. Yo, Drake shocked the world. He shocked the world last week when he not only showed up with Iceman as anticipated, but 2 additional projects, Maid of Honor and Habibti. Now, we've seen a number of reviews start to trickle out, and the media, the legacy media, different publications, as well as just everyday listeners are rapidly leaving their comments and opinions on this latest era of Drake. And it looks like the numbers are going to be crazy at the end of this week. But before we get into that, I want to start with what everyone thinks about the music they heard so far. Let's focus on Iceman at this point in time.
Let's hear what people think about the album Iceman itself. I am excited to hear people's takes. I am expecting extreme hate. I'm expecting some hate. I'm expecting maybe some love. I don't know. I have a sneaky suspicion that this DJ Hard Hitter guy is probably a Drake fan. I'd be very shocked to discover that they have 5 people on here that are all just here to hate on Drake. Let's see.
I mean, we'll expand past that. DJ Hard Hitter, what was your thoughts on the new Drake? We're going to start with you.
Drake is the GOAT. Drake is the absolute GOAT.
Okay. He's got to be trolling.
He's the greatest to ever do it. He's the greatest to ever did it. We're watching history right now. This man has all the rings, the championships, the glow, everything. You know, Drake famously said in his song that he was a hard hitter. That means he's down with the hard hitter nation. You know what I'm saying? And for that reason and that reason alone, we're going to stay loyal to the fan base because, man, Drake be jamming. Hey, this album, it probably caught a lot of people off guard due to its originality.
I don't know if he's trolling.
And its progressive hip-hop style. We have to understand this is 2026, and Drake is ahead of the curve. He's the GOAT. Iceman.
Also, his microphone is, audio could use some work.
One of the greatest albums ever put out. Number 1.
One of the greatest albums ever put. Nah, he's trolling. He's trolling. He's got to be trolling. He's got to be trolling. One of the greatest albums ever put out. Look at Stat Quo, bro. Hold on. Look at Stat. He's... Oh, brother. All right. We're in for some fun.
I just want to say, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Stat laughing. It's too funny. If you're not watching Stat, you're not watching the right thing.
Professor Sky is such a nice guy. He's like, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at this other guy that's laughing at you. This is going to be great.
Man, listen. I'm sweating, I can't even. I can't believe Justin. Listen, hard. Listen, my brother Hardhead. Listen, man. Listen.
It sounded like he said my brother Hardhead.
I respect your opinion. I actually love it, especially considering where we are and you're doing this. This is literally like going to the Forum back when Magic them was playing and yelling out that you love the Celtics. That's what you just did right now. But that's a basketball reference. But I'm gonna say this. Listen, as everyone knows here that I think Drake is one of the best ever in history.
Oh wow. Drake is one of the best ever in history. I did not know that about Stat Quo. Why did I think he was a Drake hater? Maybe I got misinformation. I'm tripping.
But to say that this is a great project is you're being delusional if you're listening to it. No disrespect. I understand.
Oh my God. It got so hostile so fast. With all due respect, if you're saying it's great, you're delusional, that's insane. That's so kind.
People have loyalty to him and you know him personally, but I'm only comparing it to what he's done before. So when I listen to Take Care and some of the other projects...
Okay, so Stat Quo did listen to Iceman. Maybe I'm getting him confused with somebody else. Chathu, are you familiar with Culture United enough to know whether or not Statquo said he was going to listen to Iceman? I could have sworn he said he wasn't. I could be tripping.
In his prime, this is far from that. But I understand this is the last album he was putting out on his deal. He's probably not going to put his best foot forward. I give him some grace. But this is definitely not a great offering from him. And I understand that basically what he was going through in this battle, I probably wouldn't have made the best music if I just got ripped and shredded for the last 2 years either. So, you know, just being honest. My bad, big dog. You know, I'm
Really?
on the top like you. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I mean. Okay, so check this out. Here's my point. This is
Okay. This is good to know. Stop arguing about Todd the Shadows. I don't think he said that. Pretty sure he's usually the one defending him. Okay, well, that's good to know. So we might have potentially... I was expecting more hate up top, but maybe I'm tripping. So Stat Quo usually defends Drake, it seems, but, you know, he acknowledges the fact that he got whooped in 2024. Solid. And he very politely called Hard Hitter delusional for saying that the album is great. Very interesting.
where I'm at with it. This is Drake dissed like 20 people on this record. I mean, you can't get past the where she at. You know what I'm saying? You got people, baby mamas, who don't even post singles, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's be for real, bro.
He has to be trolling, right? Like, every time I watch Culture United, I think to myself two things. One, man, it would be pretty fun and funny to be a part of this. It's my entire being. I just want people to laugh, and I just want to have fun doing the job. But also, at the same time, maybe I would be a problem because I would just immediately assume this guy's trolling, and I genuinely don't know if he is. And I think that's actually kind of impressive.
Now, come on, man. He's calling out everybody. He debunked everything in Iceman. Iceman, you know, Iceman is a very good album due to the fact of the wordplay. You can't say that this guy don't got bars. I mean, I'm talking about they envy me like Las Vegas. Envy me. Envy Nevada like Las Vegas. Come on, man.
He's trolling.
Come on, what's up? What's up, my brother?
He's trolling.
My man is spitting. He's spitting.
Okay, all right. He's trolling. Very impressive. He had me for a minute.
I think let everybody else get it.
Yeah, we're going to come back. We'll let everybody get to that. Two interesting points to what Hitta just said. Numbers just came out around Drake's percentage of rapping versus percentage of singing, and Iceman literally is the most rapping he's done in his career on any album. 78% of Iceman is actually rapping, so there is something to what Hitta is saying there. People have been waiting for Drake to do that for a long time. That is something they definitely appreciate about
bars.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. Professor Scott, where you at with Iceman? What do you think about it so far?
Well, you know, like I think he was nice to split them into 3 albums because, like, I mean, I'm trying to review Habibti right now, and I just do not enjoy listening to that at all. It's just really, really painful to me. I don't like it. But I generally think, like, the thing that Drake does the best is he helps you for, like, a couple minutes at a time forget that it's Drake and forget that you don't like what he represents and what he's done and the gambling, grooming, and all of the weird beef stuff and all the everything else. Like, you just sort of forget. You just kind of go, this is like a good track. Like that Janice STFU song. Like, I'm pretty convinced that one song could potentially save his entire career because it's that good of a song. But then, like, you sort of remember everything else. Like that Janice STFU song, like I'm pretty convinced that one song could potentially save his entire career because it's that good of a song.
Is gonna save his entire career? All right, bro. Okay. Hey. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It's not that big of a deal. Me personally, I hear that shit and I'm like, you know.
Was doing the worst.
I you know, whatever. I understand why people like it, you know. Beep, beep, baby. It's like very easy to remember. It's like a kindergarten rhyme, you know. It's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Emiliana, it's been so long since you dated me. It's, whatever. Like, it's like, that song's like jingling keys to me. But I'm gonna let the professor cook.
But then like you sort of remember everything else. So yeah, I mean, I'm known as a Drake hater, but I think it's pretty good, and probably because so I said something, I don't know how controversial this is. I said that Drake has one of the best just like rap voices, like not like ability to rap, but like just his natural voice. Like you hear it. I think it's like memorable. I think it's like strong and good. People have been killing me in the comments. So I don't know, maybe I'm just biased, but I just like his voice and I got to hear him rap and there's a little bit less singing. So
that's so interesting because I see a lot of criticism around like Drake's voice. Like he has this whiny, like nasally voice. So yeah. I respect Professor Sky for standing on that, even though people are allegedly flaming him.
Yeah, I guess I'm a Drake stan now. So
all right, buddy.
One second pause.
All right.
It is funny. I'm thinking about what he just said. Like, man, he did call out people for not posting his baby mama, not posting the song, which I think is really funny. Somebody let me know if Drake's baby mama posted his music too. BK, what do you think about this?
Justin Hunt's so funny. Like, he's so low-key funny. He just, like, just slips little fucking very potent jabs in. Did Drake's baby mother post his single? Who knows? Who cares? I don't know where that woman is or what she's doing. Actually, she just remarried somebody. The person that gave birth to Drake's son is, like, actively getting it in forever with somebody else. I guess that's not a whatever. A big part of Drake's music when it comes to him like trying to clown on other people or roast them is like, oh, I took your girl, you had her and now I have her, and the mother of your child is married to somebody else. Like did she post your single? I don't know. It's stupid. I think that's arguably one of the dumbest moments of the album for me. But if you're a Drake stan, you're just gonna you're just gonna eat that shit. You're just gonna eat that shit up, I guess. Where's she at?
Gag. So I have some thoughts. So I haven't listened to a full Drake project since Honestly Nevermind, and I, like Professor Sky, really liked Honestly Nevermind. I was bumping that all summer when that dropped, and so like I say that to say like I haven't really been invested in listening to like full Drake projects in like some time now. I think Honestly Nevermind was like 2022, and I maybe Her Loss came before that, but like I took a break of shunning him. Like I unshunned to listen to Honestly Nevermind, really liked it, and then like went back to because he's just like always on bullshit. But in terms of like Iceman, I listened to it with the Third Verse Pod guys. Like I wasn't there, but I was streaming it, like listening to them listen to it. So I heard it then. Heard it one more time and then reacted to it on like my reaction channel. So I gave it, I feel like my due diligence, and I thought it was good. Like I thought it was cool. Like it wasn't spectacular. It wasn't great.
Expected a lot more hating. So Buddy in the top right is clearly trolling. Professor Sky is like, I love Drake's voice. And our girl BK here is like, yeah, it was good, I guess. She listened to it like 3 times. Interesting.
I think comparing Drake to Drake, I would rather Honestly Nevermind, If You're Reading This Is Too Late, Nothing Was the Same, Take Care. Like I even will take CLB over Iceman. I personally.
Oh, that's crazy. Nah, son, you lost me. I'm sorry. What did she say?
This is too late. Nothing was the same. Take care. Like, I even will take CLB over Iceman. I personally.
CLB over Iceman? The check cleared? All right, chill. CLB is when I started to like truly give up on Drake. But hey, to each their own. Certified Lover Boy to me is just. Let me just show y'all something real quick. Certified Lover Boy. Let's see. It has Champagne Poetry and Poppy's Home. That's fine. Girls Want Girls. That's the lesbian track. That In the Bible track is the In the Bible, Love All. 2 extremely boring tracks. So we have 1, 2. Fair Trade is good. Way Too Sexy is a joke. TSU is gross. In Too Deep. No thank you. Pipe Down is good. 4. This is good rapping here. This is good rapping here. They're like... maybe 6 good songs here. The end of this is an absolute drag. I think Certified Lover Boy is genuinely terrible.
Here
Like,
to double down.
It's
that
not
shit
good.
Is a 2-pack of ass.
I don't believe in
The
it
fuck
at
are
all.
you talking about? That shit stinks.
But BK loves it. Good for her. It's fine. It's whatever.
Personally will. I thought it was good. I thought it was cool. I think like I can shake a little ass. I can smoke a little hookah. I can be a little crossed at the club. Like that's what this is for me. I feel like Drake has a great formula. He can make a great melodic track, and like that's what he does, and that's what he did. Like I think Maul and Ack and the whole Iceman coming fucking universe hyped it up to a point where like we were expecting a lot.
No, they definitely overhyped it.
The rollout was prolonged. The just the anticipation, the fucking public health hazard with the blocks of ice, and like there was a big to do about it. And even in my reaction video, I'm in a full fucking faux fur mink because it's supposed to be Iceman, and we get Habibti, Maid of Honor, Iceman. Like it's not Iceman season no more. Like you dropped 3 albums, but I think in listening to Iceman, I saved one song called "Don't Worry." I haven't heard anyone really talk about that song, but
because it's not good. sorry, that was mean. I forgot what "Don't Worry" sounds like. Hold on. This is the only song that she saved. Oh shit! Hey, no, that's arguably the worst song of the whole album. Oh no, BK, no, man, no way she saved this.
I know you tell me.
He sounds the same this entire song. The entire song is the exact same flow. It is torture to get through. It is terrible. I genuinely think that like most human beings would think it's awful. I'm shocked to hear this. This is the only song she saved. All right. Okay.
to me, "Don't Worry" is like peak 2016, 2017, 2018 era Drake, which I like.
What? 2018 era Drake was like God's plan. Nice for what? Rest in peace, Take Keith, nonstop. Sicko mode. Don't Worry is 2017 is More Life, Passion Fruit, Accents. Don't Worry isn't like that at. It's okay. It's fine.
So I'm playing that a lot. I liked half of "Whisper My Name." I liked half of "Ran to Atlanta." Shout out Molly Santana. I fuck with Molly Santana. I've been listening to her for a while. I like the hook of "Janet Shut the Fuck Up" and the hook of "Shebang." Like there were so many parts where I was like,
She likes the hook of Shebang.
I love this part of the song, and I wish you would have just destroyed the rest of it. Like, or put this before that. Like I just felt like from an executive production standpoint,
Passion Fruit is boring too. All right, get out. Passion Fruit is incredible.
it wasn't tight or clean. And then I think Sky makes a good point that like he'll produce a little bop that makes you forget that he's a horrible person. Like he's a right-wing nigga. He really is. He's absolutely. He rewards loyalty. Academics stay 10 toes with him. Heavy on the Drake. Heavy on the Trump shit. Heavy on the Ada shit. Like he calls out Khaled for not saying "Free Palestine," but you shout out a white supremacist person that's also Jewish and plays into anti-Semitic tropes about himself and about his culture. Like you can't. I don't know. Don't so it's like we could put subject matter in one
All right, she's kind of cooking now.
category, which I feel like the subject matter was ass. Same redundant, tired lines. This gives super senior, creepy nigga in the back of the club vibes. Like,
Super senior.
There's so many of these where you're like vibing and you're like, I just physically cringe because like I grew up listening to Drake like as like a young and I'm still like a young adult, but like I'm like, bro, like you hang out in the back of the club for like a barely 22 something to come stumbling out and you pull your car in the front. Like I've been there before. Like it's not me personally, but I've seen that scene before. And that's what this.
I thought she said the album was good.
kind of embodies. I think Iceman is a man trying to like play hard and tough, but is clearly having a temper tantrum and is clearly just still upset. And his fifis are so fucking hurt. Like I get it, but they're so fucking hurt. I think there was great production on this project, but I think some of the beats went to waste. Like some of the songs, I'm like, I don't know if y'all follow that Spectre account on Twitter that's been like putting GNX tracks on top of like Iceman production. I'm like, I like that better.
Shout out Spectre. Also, it's like she makes good points about why the album is bad, but it's also confusing because she's like, the album is good. Here's everything wrong with it. It's kind of a vibe. I only saved one track but I like half of the tracks. Like, I like half of the tracks, but I only saved one song, and that song is the worst song. But the album's good. But I hate him. And the album's cringe. If I was on the panel, I'd be like, so do you like the album? Do you think it's a good album? I can't tell. I genuinely don't know.
I think there was a lot of really good beats on here that I'm like, damn, like, you sound horrible, my nigga. And the where she at?
She likes the beat? Okay.
Baby mama, come on. You're in a room full of niggas taking shots at this woman who's moved on from you, dubbed you 10 years ago on stage in front of everybody. It's so pathetic. Oh, and it's so obvious he wants Rihanna in ASAP's life. Like,
It's she's fried the fuck out of him.
It does not seem cool or it's tired. And you're 40 and you're barely hanging on. And it's just, not saying 40's old or anything, but it's just, anyway.
She was like in a flow state, but she had to catch herself because she's in a... Every fucking person here is 40.
Tired. And you're 40 and you're barely hanging on. And it's just, not to say 40's old or anything, but it's just, anyway. In closing, I've been...
She's funny.
Rambling, but in closing, I will hear this project, I feel like, outside this summer, and I will tap my toe and I will smoke my hookah and I will shake my ass. But I also will be listening to Leisha G, Eris the Planet, Isaiah Rashad, Doechii when she drops. Like, there's so much good shit out that, like, I think if I hear Iceman in passing, like, I'll tap my toe. But this was cool. It was good. It should not be overhyped.
1 second applause. Do you want to respond to that? I saw you making a lot of facial expressions over here.
I still don't know. Like, he was trolling. This guy was definitely trolling, but I assume at this point in the show he's gonna give some type of honest opinion. I don't know. Let's see. He's a wild card.
To respond to this, of course I would, because I mean the audacity of her to try to belittle the great work of the greatest rapper ever is like just pathetic. I mean, I'm looking at you like you don't know whether to like it or not to like it. You're gonna shake your ass 1 minute, but you hate him because he's somebody who you really don't know, but you think you know because you heard something, right?
Hey, honestly, he kind of talking though. So he's cozying up with a white supremacist, and he's right wing and he's Trump like, but you're shaking your ass to it. Cobby Lane meme. I don't know. It's getting sticky.
So check this out. Let me tell you something about that dude. That's a good dude. That dude take care of a lot of people. That dude take care of a lot of people. And he's a good person. But now, hold on. Now, since you think he's throwing a temper tantrum.
All right. He had me and lost me.
I vividly remember Kendrick Lamar saying Oakland might be his last stop. You know what I'm saying? But he told you he got a show tonight in Oakland, baby. You feel me? So hold on. Let's run down the list of people who Drake had to deal with on Iceman. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start off with the little leprechaun, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, brother.
He dissed A$AP Rocky. He dissed DJ Khaled. He dissed Rick Ross, J. Cole, Playboy Cardi, Lucian Grange, LeBron James, Joe Budden, Dr. Dre, Jay-Z.
He has a list prepared.
Pusha T, Pharrell, Mustard, and DeMar Rosen. And guess what?
DeMar Rosen?
even told you he didn't even need D-Rose, because as soon as they traded D-Rose, they won a championship and started popping champagne. You know what I'm saying? Because they traded D-Rose for Kawhi Leonard. Remember that? So I'm just saying. So, I mean, I know you all in your feelings wanting to be personal about Drake, but let's just keep this about the music, man. The music is great.
When I'm ready to...
I think he might be dead ass. Maybe he's not trolling.
To turn my brain off and shake my ass, this is perfect for that. But I think there's a duality with it where it's like, if I'm listening close enough, like I think this people did this with the Fall Off and with Birthday Blizzard. They're like, you know, either you're listening too close or don't listen, don't contextualize this artist and all of his hypocrisy and the outwardly right-wing shit and the barely legal girl. Like, don't contextualize any of that. Don't contextualize his alignment or the subject matter that's been stale for the last decade. Just listen and just, blah, blah, blah. But then I don't respect dissing fucking basketball players that you had tatted on you and then you had removed and replaced by another nigga tatted on you, bro. I don't respect that. So, like, it's not me taking it personally. It's just that I think it's a good vibe. It's a cool vibe. But nobody should be hailing this as a classic or as something that was just like, oh, this is just this new Drake and he's in his, like, I think that's That's too much.
It's okay to say if you take it personally, by the way. Like, you are allowed to be personally offended by stuff, even if it is somebody that you don't know. It's somebody that you used to respect and their music you used to enjoy. I think there's like I think there's an instinct to be not bothered. Like, the coolest thing to be is nonchalant. And I get it because, I like to believe like I'm a relatively chill person. Like, I'm an entertainer, but generally speaking, I don't let stuff get to me. But the Drake stuff did get to me. It did affect me personally because I thought he was better than that, and I did used to think his music was good. So I think that I'm not gonna say that she's being dishonest, but I do think it's totally okay to be like, yeah, I took it personally. Also, I still don't know whether she really likes the album.
I want to say this real quick.
Question?
Well, I want to say this one thing real quick, and I do think what Hitta said is really interesting, right? Because there is a large segment of people that are really just happy to see Drake clap back. This conversation for the last 2 years has been, Drake is dead. Drake is never coming back. Drake, he'll never be the same. Nobody likes him anymore. He's been voted off all the islands. And if I'm a Drake fan, part of what I love most about this rollout is the fact that it looks like it's going to be crazy successful in the charts, and the fact that he is out here still fighting. He might be fighting wars from 2 years ago, but he is out here fighting, and I want to see that from my favorite artist. Stat, what you want to say?
And I dare I say, just respectfully, because we had a little brief conversation, and you alluded to that's family to you. So what I want to tell you now that I respect your stance and standing up, because I feel like a lot of people that was in this corner didn't do that. So I respect that. But because it's DJ in front of your name, you're not gonna tell me that you listen to Iceman and comparing it to some of his other projects that you think this is up even on that level. It's telling off. You can hear it, and especially considering that he's getting out of a deal. Like, what from a business perspective, I tell people this all the time. Like when Kendrick did Mr. Morale, right? There weren't really big songs on that project. Like when I say it was a great album, but he didn't put like top charting singles like Luther or Be Humble. That wasn't on the project. He made a great album, but he didn't have that. Singles carry the albums for everybody. All these album cuts we hear, that's cool. The singles is what carry it. And even Janice, whatever the song, whoever Janet, whatever the girl name is, that song is not a typical, it's like not like Nokia to carry a Drake album. So when I listen to this in totality, I just feel like the music is not up to par with what he has done in the past.
Stat makes a really great point there, actually. Drake is the type of person where oftentimes singles are carrying his albums. With Views, it was One Dance. With Nothing Was the Same, it was Started from the Bottom. With Take Care, it was a bunch of different stuff. There was a bunch of hits on that. Headlines, The Motto, Take Care, etc. Certified Lover Boy, when he started to fall off, quality-wise, in my opinion, the song he wanted to carry the album was Way Too Sexy, which is ridiculous because it's a ridiculous song. But yeah, I think Stat makes a really good point that I don't think that we are going to come away from this Iceman era, if you want to call it that, saying like, oh, there's a defining song from this era of Drake. And if you're a Drake fan and you're trying to say that that song is Janice SDFU, I'm going to tell you to SDFU because the song's not that good. Like, I understand why you think it's catchy. Like, I can give you that. Sure, it's a catchy song. But if you want to say that's the song of the summer, that's the song of the year, that's the song of this generation. On Scorpion, Drake had Nice for What? I was in love with that song. Nonstop, produced by the late Tay Keith. In love with that song. These songs carried that era of Drake. There ain't shit like that here, buddy. Ain't shit like that here. And I think that Drake fans would be dishonest if they're trying to convince you otherwise.
I don't hate Drake. I ain't got no problem. But for you to sit here and tell me that it's like Take Care or some of that other stuff, dog, come on, let's be real, bro. I love Dr. Dre, and I can sit here and tell you that the Compton album was not the Chronic. Like, let's just be real. So let's get some
okay.
You know, you feel me?
So I hear what you're saying. So I believe that the singles album, the club anthems and albums, I think those are on Maid of Honor. I think that the vibe for the women, him singing to the women, I think that's the Habiti album.
Oh my God.
Habiti album. And I think that the Iceman was just like, hey, I ain't no bitch. I mean, I can flow, I can rap, and I got bars. I got more Easter eggs, more hidden gems, and I can dish you harder with facts. And I think that's what the point.
Folks are worried about Drake's attitude on Iceman. How's a dude supposed to act after taking the biggest L in the history of hip hop? Folks expect him tap dancing with the Richter's grid or something. But he was doing that. That's why people are confused. Because he's literally like taking shots and dancing around saying like, where's she at? Where's she at? But he's also crying. He literally says on the album, I definitely didn't lose sleep. And I definitely didn't cry. And then on another song, he's like, this was the worst summer of my life. So he's conflicted. I mean, if you literally listen to the album, the man's clearly conflicted.
Point was he was trying to get across with Iceman, because Iceman hits, but Iceman ain't for the club. Iceman is for the lyrical mindset, the people who are into the ball.
Oh, okay. So first it was, it's a classic. It's coming from one of the greatest artists of our generation, but now it's like, it's not for the club. Janice STFU isn't for the club. Ran to Atlanta isn't for the club. It's not for an Atlanta club. This sounds like Cope. It sounds like Cope. It sounds like Cope. This is what happens when you're backed into a corner as a Drake fan. If you feel like the songs aren't popping off, you're like, well, they weren't supposed to. This was the Lyrical album. These weren't supposed to be hits. Sure, buddy. Whatever you say, man. You got it.
Who are into him clapping back.
I have a question about that. Like, don't you think though that there was plenty of times where in clapping back and like even in the subject matter of Iceman, he kind of just walked into a lot of what Kendrick laid out of him in the battle. Like he talks about the lawsuit, on Iceman, and it's like you're suing hip hop, bro, and like trying to flip it to be like, I'm fighting the man and I'm not fighting hip hop, that part. Or, the whole song Ran to Atlanta and it's just like him, collaborating with Future to get a #1. Like, what do you think about just I think he was true to himself, but I think a lot of the disses fell flat because it was just like, there was just kind of like no substance there. And also he played into a lot of the themes that like Kendrick laid out about him. Like he's vapid, he's a womanizer, he dirty Max, he's a boy, not a man. Like what do you have to say about that in terms of subject matter?
Yeah, what do you have to say about that?
I think you've missed the point completely.
Oh,
I don't think any of that was.
She's literally just saying what Drake said though.
Should be like put into the same perspective that you putting it into, for the simple fact that I just gave you a whole list of names. Why does Kendrick Lamar remains to be the focal point? Because the last
about Drake, that's what I'm kind of.
It is man versus the machine. It's man versus the whole industry in his eyes, and he's a lot.
Huh? He said in his eyes. So in Drake's eyes, clearly in Drake's eyes, Drake's out here saying he's a corporate hit survivor, which is
tomato. Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying.
He believes. I mean, do you believe that he believes that? I mean,
can't you tell that he believes that?
No.
Drake literally said, dude, do Drake fans listen to his album? I don't even like Drake anymore. But like, I feel like I remember the album more than them. He literally talks about taking an L and being delusional. He talks about his lawsuit being fried. This is a man that knows that he lost. What are we talking about? Why am I getting mad? I'm fine.
so I guess that's my question. So like, I guess my main question here is, it's a question of how much of him do you believe? Like he starts off a song saying, I'm in Melbourne. I don't even know what's happening in America. And that's when Kendrick was at the Super Bowl saying, say Drake, I say you like him young, to a couple 100 million people. And
Drake saying that he's in Melbourne and he has no idea what's happening over in the States is so funny because I literally said before he even planned his tour, I was like, Drake is not going to be in the country when the Super Bowl happens. And he literally fled the continent. He went to Australia so he wouldn't have to see that shit. He literally planned a concert so he would be busy in the middle of the Super Bowl. I mean, I get it. I understand why he did it. But like, let's not pretend that wasn't him literally avoiding everything.
he's trying to say like, I don't even know what's happening. And then the last track he says, and I quote, I definitely didn't cry. My question to you is, how often do people say, I definitely didn't cry, and they didn't cry? Like, how are we believing?
Yo, shout out Professor Sky. This is exactly what I would have said if I was there. This is fantastic. This is great work. Great work, Sky. Good shit. How many people do you know that would explicitly say that they definitely didn't cry? How many of those people really didn't cry? Good question.
I don't think he cried. I mean, I don't think that's a criable offense. Because, I mean, really,
And I quote, I definitely didn't cry. My question to you is, how often do people say, I definitely didn't cry, and they didn't cry? Like, how are we believing him?
I don't think he cried. I mean, I don't think that's a criable offense. Because
We don't think it's a criable offense. Okay.
I mean, really, to me, I looked at the whole battle between him and Kendrick a whole lot different. And Justin can attest to this. I feel like Kendrick shot 3 straight bricks and got a slam dunk, and then everybody gave him a championship ring.
Nobody actually thinks this. Nobody actually believes that. 3 straight bricks? Euphoria was 6 minutes of bricks? Meet the Grams was the single most shocking thing that any of us have ever witnessed as rap fans, I think, in our life. When Meet the Grams dropped, I have never been in such disbelief. And this guy's like, straight bricks. Bricks. Straight bricks. Just did nothing. Just got lucky that Not Like Us took off. All right, buddy. Okay. Whatever you say, man. Hey, he definitely didn't cry.
Based on media, publicity, and hype. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I really feel. I feel like that's how I feel. I feel like Drake's disses were better. They was jamming and they were better. I really feel like that.
Flag on the play, dog. Flag on the play. Hey, yo, hit her. Hey, baby, I'm trying to rock with you, man. You can't do that, man. You can't.
He's like, I'm trying so hard to be nice.
You can't be delusional right now, baby. Come on, we from the South. Man, we from the South. You can't do that, hitter. What you got in that cup over there, Justin? Get what's in that cup before we get flagged. Hit him. He is speaking while he is intoxicated. He got lean in the cup. It's going down. Hit on something else.
Shout out to Slap Woods. You know what I'm saying?
No free promo.
I mean, you know, again, what I found most fascinating
Justin is such a professional. He's trying so hard to keep it together.
about this conversation, not this one we're having here, but the conversation around this album, is that there are clearly entrenched sides that are stemming from the battle. I think personally it's very difficult to listen to this album and not hear that it's about the battle. Now, he might have dissed 20 other people, but he did sit there and say enough things in this album. First of all, he says Dot's name and says that, you know, that he has having a hard time dealing with it. So that's there. And then, you know, there's the bars in there where he's talking about, the white guilt bars, they listen to you, and white kids listen to you over white guilt so you can sleep at night, then you go give turkeys in the hood and go back to the hills. Yeah, he doesn't say his name, but these are basically things that he was saying about Kendrick in the battle. Now, away from just Kendrick, though, I feel like and I don't want to make this all about Hitta's opinion right here, but Hitta is saying some things that I hear quite a bit outside. When I go to certain spaces online, when I go to certain, when I talk to certain friends I have in other places, they say a lot of things that Hitta's saying. My thing with what you're saying is that you're championing. You just gave a list of all the people he dissed, and you're like excited about that. And I would be too if I was a Drake fan. Hey, you're fighting back. But at the same time, that's how, in my opinion, he ended up losing the battle in the first place. He has a hard time keeping his eye on the ball in general. Push-ups was basically the same thing as Family Matters. Family Matters, he rapped longer, but he's going at all these other people and not the main guy. And when I think about this album, for example, I feel like there is an opportunity here for him to really focus on some cool stuff, and instead he's doing the same thing. He is shooting all over the place and not focusing on anything. And in my opinion, the album falls off a cliff after make him pay, which to me is another example of here's scattered Drake not able to focus on anything. Open floor.
Make them pay. Is that the first Make Them song? No. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Let me show this to you. Damn. That's 7 songs in. He says the album falls off after that. God, there's just so many songs on this thing. You have to make them pay. Yeah, Burning Bridges is a joke to me. National Treasures, the first half is good. Bees on the Table is one of the worst songs ever. What Did I Miss came out years ago. Plot Twist is okay. 2 Hour for the Radio is ridiculous. Make Them Remember, if you try hard enough, you can enjoy it. Little Birdie and Don't Worry are awful. Firm Friends. Why did I like this?
And friends never had, and trust me, I'm the highest that I've ever been.
I don't know why I like that. I'm never gonna listen to that shit again. Yeah, I can see what the company man's saying. Okay, here we go.
Where's the beef is cooked? Where's the boy? He's booked.
Sorry, that was the wrong tab. Here it is.
Well, I just okay.
I would agree with that. I feel like I kept just thinking like, because I'm accustomed to, you know, like a rapping Drake and singing Drake coming together for like a, you know, detailed thing. I feel like, okay, I just lost my train of thought.
Man, Shebang is an absolute hit. I don't. Janice, Janice, shut the fuck up. Is a hit. I mean, these are classics. If you, as time go on, and as these songs continue to get played, you'll begin to see the gems that's in his lyrical wordplay.
I don't agree with that, because I think that like if we should have to search and dig, that's an issue. Same with the disses. We're searching, we're digging. It's so many different targets. There needed to be a main focus. I feel like if he had strong executive production on just Iceman, which is what he pitched, which is what the whole rollout was for, we wouldn't have to, like, you would be able to instantly tell there was focus, there was, you know, maybe a creative workshop he put himself through, some distance from the yes man dick suckers that are in his fucking corner. Like, but that's not what you get. I think he is so all over the place for someone who has so much money, who has so much access, who has so much great work and great hit making ability and great writing, you know, and was able to, you know, put concise bodies of work together that featured both rapping and singing. Iceman was not that. It was literally all over the place. It was like he couldn't decide if he was over it or is pretending to be over it or is fully, no, I'm just dissing. And it's like these low hanging fruit disses. Why the fuck we dissing Khaled? Why the fuck we dissing Rick Ross? Why the fuck we still dissing ASAP for being with Rihanna? Like, why we still dissing LeBron? Just for going to the pop out. Like, just for going to the pop out. And for not dick riding and being so like loyal, like Aiden and like act like he really wanted that. Or Maul, on your knees, screaming to the top of your lungs to your fucking voice cracks, OVO chain engraved on the back. It's Iceman season, get that shit out of here. Like, that's what he wants, and that's what he wants to reward. And I think the work is suffering as a result. So I agree.
Donut emojis in the chat.
Discussing this idea.
So much glazing that Drake requires in order to function. You know, he needs people screaming his praises from the rooftops. She said they're on their knees, screaming at the top of their lungs. Goodness gracious. Oh, my Lord. My man. Every one of his fans sounds like Lotto from that clip. This is the hit, by the way. This is the hit.
On the beach, shebang. All of my ops, they dead.
Manish on the beat, shebang. All of my ops, they're dead. Why do they gas me up? Where does it go? My head? This nigga sucks!
That's what we're gassing up. That's what we're trying to gas up. I can't do it. I won't lie.
Yeah, that you can't just sit down and focus and give us a grown adult, creatively developed, fleshed out project that feels like it has a tempo and a vision and an aim and a progression past just standard 2020 straight sound. Like, he did not give us that, and I think you can't say that he did compared to his past work. In my
Nah, the songs were a bunch of Drake ass beats.
opinion.
BK, I just want you to know that I'm not. It's not that I disagree with what you're saying. I just want you to understand that every artist, here to know this, every artist, the people around them, these are artists that y'all all love. They have dick riders around them. They have yes men around them. All of them, even the ones you respect, you think are great, they're dick riders around them because these people depend on those artists to pay their bills.
But is it everybody?
I'm telling you, listen to me. Everybody
in the not everybody can be a yes man. Like, maybe you have a couple in there that just kind of stroke.
Yeah, maybe they mama, or maybe somebody could tell, maybe one or two people, like let's say Top Dog. Maybe Top can tell Doechii what's up. Everybody else ain't telling Doechii nothing. Okay,
it feels like Drake needs somebody. At least one person to do that.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, he got somebody. But the people you're talking about, they have to fall in line so they can stay in line. because everybody got to pay their bills. What I'm trying to tell you, let's just get to the real of it. Hitter started this out. What did Hitter say? Drake has helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
Drake has done things for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Helping them people pays for certain loyalty down the road. Now, the people that he's dissing, he's helped them people. So he feels as though them people weren't loyal to him. So you can't say, even though we want it to be over.
It's so funny that like Hitta is hyping this point up, but ironically, it makes Drake look bad that because he did something for you. Like, let's say you do a song with Drake, and it just so happens to be your most popular song at the time. But then you go on to have a great career that has nothing to do with him. Does that mean you have to be loyal to him for the rest of your life? That shit makes no sense. Drake's got that Skip Bayless mentality, you know? Skip Bayless gave Shannon Sharp a platform on Skip and Shannon Undisputed. And because of that, I think Skip thought that he could talk crazy to Shannon Sharp. And Shannon Sharp was like, I appreciate you bringing me on, but you're not just going to talk to me like any kind of way. Like, that's just not the way that life works. Drake thinks that because he featured on these people's songs or gave them a hand up at one point, that he can just throw shots at them whenever he feels like it, little jabs, or he can be like, don't forget what I did for you, on some Sopranos type shit. Buddy, it's music. You did a song for a guy. Thanks. It might have changed his life, but you have to continue working after that. Drake cannot take credit for Future's career. He can't take credit for Migos' career. He can't take credit for Rick Ross's career, A$AP Rocky, Kendrick Lamar. These people all would have made it without Drake. We all know that. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? LeBron fucking James? LeBron James needs to be loyal to you for life? He can't dance to a song. He can't go to the pop out. It's literally where he lives. All his friends are going. You want him to abstain? He's not allowed to like he can't ever listen to a Kendrick song again. Does that shit make any sense? Every time a Kendrick Lamar song plays in a room that LeBron's in, he's got to be like, no. That guy made fun of my friend Drake. I'm out of here. That is not realistic. That's not a realistic expectation to have at all. It's just not.
We can't stop him from speaking what he went through, because for me, what else is he going to talk about?
He also doesn't talk about how it was a symbiotic partnership with a lot of these people. Like,
but what I'm trying to tell,
oh yeah, I almost forgot about The Weeknd. The fucking Weeknd. The Weeknd. The Weeknd. The Weeknd. The Weeknd. Arguably the biggest artist in the world. You think that he needed Drake? Come on. Take Keith didn't really need Drake. He made a beat for Eminem. People were getting work. SZA would have made it. Kendrick would have made it. Everybody would have made it.
I understand your point. It's just, why is the music suffering then? Like, if this was always the case and everyone always has just everybody stroking them all the time, why is the music declining? I'm not talking about numbers. He's gonna
BK, listen. Because why is LeBron not playing so good for the Lakers? This dude's 15th album. You think it's gonna be great? I just talked to Justin about this. He don't want me to say it. I'm gonna say it. Name an artist, because I know Justin probably gonna say the clip. But name an artist. Even Michael Jackson. Did you think the Invincible album was as good as Thriller? It wasn't. Did you think Dangerous is even as good as that? Did you think it was as good as Bad or Off the Wall? It was.
He kind of snapping.
Wasn't. Age and attrition happens. 444 is not as good as Reasonable Doubt. I'm sorry.
444 is pretty nice. I think that, like, in general, he's correct, but obviously, like, not everybody that gets older just gets bad, you know? Clips, Kendrick, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. There are a lot of people that have been in the game for a long time and they're still making great music. I don't think that's real. But like, I understand what he's saying. It's certainly an excuse for some, but also the LeBron comparison just doesn't work at all because it's like a physical game. But I digress.
You know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Morale,
Adele.
As much as y'all love it, GNX is not as good as Damn. These artists are.
I mean, this is purely subjective, by the way.
attrition happens. 444 is not as good as Reasonable Doubt. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Morale, as much as y'all love it, GNX is not as good as Damn.
Mr. Morale's not as good as Damn? And we're just saying that definitively? I don't think that's like a super common opinion, but okay. I don't know if I agree with that, but all right.
These artists, listen, what you're talking about is one thing. All these artists get not as good as when their career.
Rage bait? No, he's just wrong.
This is just what happens, and he's experiencing that. He's experiencing that.
Renaissance by Beyonce. GNX is a classic. Mr. Morale's a classic. Still have diminishing
a classic to listen. A classic to you.
Slow down. Everybody slow down. Everybody's getting a little hot, so we're just starting to fire shit off. I don't look, the GNX is good, all right. I'm not gonna yell at somebody that it's a classic. We gotta fucking chill. We gotta chill.
They want a classic to the people that didn't make as much money on it.
I mean, Luther was on there.
Hold on, real quick. I want to jump in right here.
Thank you, Justin.
I think Clips is a great example of a group who has probably put out their best work ever. And to your point, Clips is probably I can make a reasonable argument that Let God Sort Him Out is the best.
Just one.
I'd argue Killer Mike. Put out his best work. His last project was his best work we heard. I'd argue Killer Mike right now, up and down. You know what I'm saying?
LL Cool J's last album was his best album since like 1990.
Woo!
Listen to it, but it was a great album.
Hey, yo, Sky, ball knower. LL Cool J learned some new flows. That's a deep cut. Shout out Sky. I'm so glad that he spoke because oftentimes it's very easy for him to get lost in the mix. It's a great point. LL Cool J did start rapping again. This shit's kind of cold. Him and Ludacris. Y'all see that Ludacris freestyle? Somebody remind me to play the Ludacris freestyle later. Please. Somebody. Anybody. That shit is crazy. Thank you for this. This is huge. I appreciate it. Genuinely. Let me actually knock this out real quick. Anybody can become a member. It's literally $1.
I love you, you know, Miles.
I woke up today and I start doing push-ups. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I woke up today and I start doing push-ups. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'm buff. I'm looking strong today, I can't lie. What the fuck, I'm looking good today, I can't lie. It must be something in the water. Nah, walking better, hide your fucking daughter. Y'all, all these push-ups got a nigga looking real buff. Yeah, I'm the workout master, can't you tell? Feel like The Rock, can you smell? All these damn push-ups got me looking like I'm buff now.
Okay, all right, let's get back to the show. It's getting a little hot in there though.
I just said names like Michael Jackson. I said Prince. I'm talking about some of the greatest. Even Stevie Wonder. Stevie had that period where he put out those greatest records. That Blue Moon project that he put out in 1989 was not good. It wasn't. I'm not saying these artists aren't capable of making music that is good. I'm saying it's not ever going to be as good as it was because age and attrition has set in. And BK, there are people around them that is going to tell them yes to whatever they do because these people depend on them to put gas in their car, pay for their kids' their kids' tuition. This is just the reality.
All right, buddy, we get it. Wrap it up.
Give life. This is how it goes. The higher you get up, the less people want to tell you the truth. That's what make third verse special. Cause me, I talk about everybody. I diss them, tell them I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Now listen, y'all talking to be quiet.
I want to say this one thing though. It sounds like you evolved. Most people in here probably saw our live reaction. And our live reaction, you said this is Drake's best work, and you said there's something more going on here than just age and attrition.
No. I didn't say it was his best work.
No, I'm sorry.
Whoa, wait, hold on, what?
Evolved. Most people in here probably saw our live reaction. And our live reaction, you said this is Drake's best work, and you said there's something more going on here than just age and attrition.
No. I didn't say it was his best work.
No, I'm sorry, his worst work. Excuse me. You said it's his worst work.
It is his worst work.
Right, but you said there's something more going on here than just age and attrition.
I still believe that. I still believe that he has. I still believe that.
Damn. He said it's his worst work. That's tough. I'm going to have to give some thought to that. Is Iceman Drake's worst album? Probably not. It's definitely not. I think that when you're live reacting to something, I know this as somebody that does this every week. You can get kind of into it, you know, chats there, you're putting on a show, you might say something that you may not fully mean. I don't think that Stat thinks that Iceman is his worst album. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, never mind. Come on. Certified Lover Boy, Thank Me Later? Let's pump the brakes, buddy.
That he had something else going on, you know, with some substance.
It's not even the worst Drake album that dropped that night. You're right, though. You're right.
Maybe he drinking too much alcohol. He got the same thing that Hitter got in his cup. He's indulging too much. I think something happening because I ain't never seen he fell off the cliff a little crazy. So I'm just saying I still believe that.
So you agree? So I will.
Give me 1 second, BK. I want to get Hitter get a chance. He's been trying over here.
Hitter been trying to get in there.
All right. So look. Everybody has their own opinion about.
Oh my God! Back up from the mic, Jesus, or just get a better one.
How the work should age. Once again, you got to understand this is progressive hip hop, and once again, I stated Drake has always been ahead of the curve. This is kind of like the first time you heard Miss Jackson from Outkast, how the beat was different from the old beats, but then it grew on you and it began to be good. It began to be a top single. You know what I'm saying?
The rage bait is working. The rage bait is working. I know this nigga did not just say that this is like Outkast Miss Jackson. Fuck you, man.
I think that the problem here is people are jumping to a quick opinion like they expect Drake not to say nothing. The man got dissed by everybody. Don't forget about the Rick Ross disses. Don't forget about the other people who dissed him. Before Kendrick, it's just so when Kendrick speaks, it's all about Kendrick. No, it's not about just Kendrick. It's about all the people.
A lot of it's about Kendrick.
Like Stat said, it's about all the people who he helped. You got to think. You got drops where Kendrick Lamar is saying, "Man, I owe Drake." A$AP Rocky, "Man, I owe Drake." You know what I'm saying? He's opened up doors for.
Hey, I'm sick of this shit, bro. I'm sick of this. I hate when people do this. I hate when somebody takes a clip from like 12, 15 years ago and they're like, he said that he liked him. What the fuck? Who cares? I don't give a shit about that at all. I'm 29 right now. Are you gonna take a clip of me from when I was 19 years old, like as a sophomore in college, and be like, he said that he liked that guy. He said that he was cool. It makes no fucking sense. I don't know why we do this. I don't know why we do this for anybody, really. Like, what are we doing? Like, genuinely, what are we talking about? He's making me so mad. I'm sorry. I gotta relax.
People, and somehow, some way, these guys ain't got any petty feelings. They get money, they get big, and they forgot who helped them when they was at the bottom. And I think that this is his way. Iceman is his way to get that up off of his chest.
One second, pause. Hey, I want to ask you a quick question on that because I do think this is actually really interesting. I'll bring these lyrics up on the screen. Drake has every right to get back at everybody, right? And to me, I've said this multiple times, either on this show or on Third Verse or on my own channel. I expected him to come out firing, and I think he's in the right to express how he feels about a lot of people. And that's why this line right here from Run to Atlanta is so interesting to me. He says, niggas standing on, he says, and I'm quick to turn a hater into a fan. Niggas standing 10 toes on quicksand. This is a song with Future. Hit, in your opinion, who's this song about? Who's that line talking about?
Niggas stand 10 toes in the quicksand. If they could have been, they would have been. But they can't. Embarrassment is the only thing secondhand. I don't know. No.
Cool.
Every time I hear this, I think it's odd that Drake is saying this on the song with Future. And, arguably Future is the one who started this whole thing in the first place. Who's not
true?
Standing 10 toes, Drake or Future?
I think maybe they squashed the beef, but I think Future is definitely not standing 10 toes.
Okay.
Why is he not standing 10 toes when he?
Well, because this is how this started. with Kendrick doing a feature on his song. So now he got Future to do a feature on his song and the video.
Hey, but Hitter, so you listen. Since you behind the scenes, I'm gonna give you a little behind the scenes talk that me and you know, because we know this.
Oh,
we know that young man loved dabbling in somebody else's kitty cat, man. We know.
Jesus. All right. Derapy's a show for adults.
Hey man,
Hey man, yeah.
He's a player. He's a player. He's a player.
Man, let's have a real conversation here. We know what's happening, man. So what I'm saying to you is, if I come through with my thing, you know what I'm saying? She on my side. You know what I mean? Then next thing I know, you done slid up on my thing. You know what I mean? How that ain't foul?
See, I think that's what happened.
Can we not? Here comes the woke police. Can we not refer to our woman as our thing? Is that really necessary? Can we please treat women like they're humans? BK is literally right there. I pull up on my thing. I got my thing on my side, and he's trying to jump in her kid. What are we doing? Where are we going? What's going on?
With him and Kendrick, I think that's why Kendrick is so upset.
No. That's what happened. Hey, hey, listen. What you doing is important.
Look at her. Look at her face. Look at her face.
No. That's what happened. Hey, hey, listen. What you doing is important. I'm coming right at you. You know what I'm.
What are we doing?
Saying. You know what I'm saying. He unmute him.
Oh, boo thing? Sure. Fine. Okay. Throw him bail.
What?
My bad. How'd you read the same game?
I know exactly what you're saying, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
I never said he was perfect. I just said he was the greatest in music.
Well, what I'm saying to you is that situation.
I never said he was perfect. I just said he's the greatest of all time. This shit is cracking me up.
Situation with him in Future, to my knowledge, was over. It was female. It was a situation with a woman. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so
a female woman.
Anybody that knows, he move how he move, just like in them songs. What he be talking about? That's how he move in real life. And you know what break up friendships with men, money and women all the time. And dude be playing them games.
This is not true. Women are not constantly out. Women are not constantly out here breaking up men's friendships. Like, that's not like a common thing. Maybe in like the rap world, I suppose, but I don't know. I don't know how we got here, but I'm not happy that we are.
He be playing them games like that. It'll get tricky. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that.
Can we get BK some backup, please?
So with Future, I think Drake went back to Future because he knew he was out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this for a fact. This is just me talking. Because he got that back right, because I feel like Future is the one person out of everybody that he talked about that he actually still needs when it comes to him making music. That's just being truthful. You know?
Do you have any insight on that, Hitter?
Okay, that's actually a good point. I don't know why. I don't know. The detour that we took was concerning, to say the least, but I think that is the proper conclusion to come to. Of all the people that Drake was going back and forth with, he genuinely needs Future, which is why they chopped it up and worked it out and got him on the run to the Atlanta. But it's kind of ironic because Kendrick literally said you run to Atlanta, and then you ran to Atlanta with the guy that dissed you. So, you know what would have been really cool? As a Drake fan, if I was one, I would love for Drake to do an album with basically no features. And what's so sad is in the first song of Iceman, Drake almost sounds like he's gonna do a real rap album. I think he actually says that you're expecting like a bunch of big features and all this other shit, but like you shouldn't. And I was like, oh damn, he's locked in. Immediately. Girls from Atlanta, call me Santa. It ruins it instantly just lets me down.
I don't have any behind the scenes insight, but I will say that they did put out an album together and they did do a tour together. So that's like they're like.
I'm sorry. He did make 2 albums saying that he doesn't trust me. I mean, who are we talking about?
Brothers, probably like brothers having a fight. over a woman, but shoot, Future got 10 baby mamas, don't he? You know, I'm just saying.
And
Okay.
And if you was my partner, all 10 of them would be off limits. You feel me?
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying, though?
Hey,
Yeah, no shit.
something everybody can agree on. 1 second applause. Professor Scott.
Okay.
But isn't this giving too much?
How on earth is Professor Sky going to contribute to this particular segment?
You feel what I'm saying, though?
Hey, something everybody can agree on. 1 second applause. Professor Scott.
Okay.
But isn't this giving too much credit? Like the idea that Drake cares about friendship or culture or community or anything. I mean, he worked with Future because that was, you know, he starts off like, I don't have any features, man. I don't need anything. I'm just me because I.
Yes! Yes, Professor Sky! Yes!
I got to tell the truth. 1 second, I've got to run to Atlanta. I'll call it run to Atlanta so I can what's called lampshade it, where I do the thing. I say the thing I'm doing so it looks like I'm not doing it. And he's just, you know, Future said yes. And if Drake would have made $10 and A$AP Rocky would have done it, then he would have had a future with A$AP Rocky. Like he doesn't have any convictions, I don't think. He knew that he needed that to get back. So I don't think it's about like honor, friendship, community, any of that. At least as far as I can tell. Unless I
Expose him! Expose him!
I'm too cynical, and maybe he really is like a human being.
I fucking love Professor Sky. Essentially, the take is this is not about friendship, and it's not about chopping it up, and it's not about burying the hatchet. It is simply about trying to make a hit, trying to prove that, you know, you said that I run to Atlanta. Watch this, you know, and then he makes Run to Atlanta with Future. It's not about friendship. It's just not. He's not a nice man. He's an Iceman.
You know, but it's hard to see it behind like the facade he keeps putting up, the way he presents himself.
I mean, like, I'm gonna say this again. I think with the Future thing, I mean, it's easy for y'all to see if y'all can't see it. Dude messing with a woman, was pillow talking, and they got back together, had a conversation, and it was all good. The Metro thing, Metro had a situation his mama had, you know, passed on Drake trying to get a beat. Metro wasn't trying to feel it at the time, and and he was like, yo, chill. You know, when somebody want what they want, and then they went there. And so everybody came back together because economically it makes sense. You know, I don't have to be on the inside.
Everybody came back together because economically it makes sense. It's such a funny sentence.
Of that to know. You can see that. Y'all can read between the lines and see how that played out. Everything else is it just went too far. The thing with Ross.
This is such an interesting comment to say that one of the biggest artists in history needs anyone is mental, but he got dissed by him and then put him on the album. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else to. I can't really engage in the discussion much further than that. The guy literally lined you up to get annihilated, and then you put him on the album. So clearly you needed him. I mean, there's just really no argument there.
I think that was Ross. There was some French Montana stuff. You know what I'm saying? Ross jumped out the window, and then the things that he said about Drake took personally, called him white boy and all that type of stuff. When you call a mixed dude white boy, that make them feel away, even though half of them is a white boy. I don't understand. I ain't mixed, so I don't know. Because if I was, if my mom was white and you called me a white boy, I'd be like, well, you're right, my mama white. But, you know, it made him feel away. And so that relationship went to the left.
Honestly, that's like a point that I've never, it sounds so simple, but it's a point that I've never heard anybody make. It's like you're mixed and then somebody calls you white and you're like, don't fucking do that. It's like, but they're not even wrong though. Because, like, would you react that way if they called you black? Would you also be like, no, I am mixed. I'm kind of white, and you need to acknowledge that. I don't know. It's fucking silly. It's such a silly thing.
You know, the Kendrick thing, look, I went on record. I have said it. Drake took Kendrick on tour. Drake took A$AP Rocky on tour. At the end of the day, Drake was a huge artist at the time. That helped Kendrick Lamar. Anybody saying that that's not true is they out of pocket and wrong. I was there. Okay?
Hold on. This is important.
Took A$AP Rocky on tour. At the end of the day, fell away, and so that relationship went to the left. You know, the Kendrick thing, look, I went on record. I have said it. Drake took Kendrick on tour. Drake took A$AP Rocky on tour. At the end of the day, Drake was a huge artist at the time. That helped Kendrick Lamar. Okay. Anybody saying that that's not true is they out of pocket and wrong. I was there. Okay.
Nobody's saying that's not true, by the way.
I was around. Okay. I was there. Poetic Justice. They sent that to Drake. Drake got on it. Drake let Kendrick do a whole interlude on his album where it's just Kendrick rapping. You know what I'm saying? Drake was a fan of Kendrick Lamar. He knew.
I mean, When you say let him, it's kind of weird because it's like, I mean, Stat knows this better than anybody else, but he's just in the middle of yapping. But it's like, that's oftentimes instead of payment. Generally, it's just like, I do a feature for you, you do a feature for me. So the idea that Drake got on Kendrick's album just to help Kendrick, and then Drake let Kendrick on Take Care just to help Kendrick, doesn't really make any sense. Like, I'm pretty sure that's just how it works. You know, I'm not trying to say that Stat's wrong, but it's just like, why are we acting like that's not a normal thing? Like, that's just how the music industry works. I don't understand how both of those actions, you know, are about helping the pipsqueak, but whatever. Who cares? This isn't even about Iceman anymore.
What Kendrick was, and Kendrick rocked with Drake. Now, over the years, the competitiveness came in, started getting shady stuff going on behind the scenes, little bars and jabs. You know what I'm saying? That whole, when they did the 100 song and Drake went to Compton, I had a conversation. I'm like, Game, hey, you know he's doing that trying to get that buddy. You know what I mean? I had the conversation. This thing been going on for like 10, 12 years, y'all. You know what I mean? It just came to a head. But Drake, even through the whole process, as I was saying, and everybody knows this because I said it on Culture United, I told y'all here, third-person shooter was supposed to be Kendrick and Drake. It was supposed to be them. J. Cole has come out and said it when people say Stat don't know what he's talking about. The very next day, J. Cole confirmed that, yeah, it was supposed to be Kendrick and Drake on the song. So this is the thing. But
interesting. I mean, first of all, we knew that. So him bringing it up again it's fine, whatever. But it's Drake wanted Kendrick on the song, which means that like Drake assumed they were on good terms, and Drake still liked Kendrick. So it's just weird. It's just weird. Weird behavior from a weird Canadian guy. Greetings and salutations. Thank you. I appreciate you. Spread the bread. Every dollar that comes through, gotta knock out some of these. It might seem small now. One day somebody's gonna drop a band and I'm gonna have to hit 100 or 1,000 curls or something. Somebody's gonna hit me with a rack and y'all are just gonna watch me do curls for 6 straight minutes.
Drake didn't know that Kendrick didn't like him for years. Okay, he has not liked him for a very long time. He is when Pusha T was destroying Drake, Kendrick was happy about him being destroyed. Okay? Oh, I'm not breaking any news here. Drake didn't know. He didn't know that dude wasn't cool because him and Jay-Z be throwing shots but still get on songs. So he think that shit is normal. But Kendrick ain't like that. You're not about to be throwing those subliminals and then we're gonna get on the record. I'm from Compton. We're not doing that. So that's how it goes. Anyway, BK, I'm gonna shut up.
Why you saying my name?
I'm saying I've been talking. I don't want to hog the. I'm trying to pass.
Look, I do have something to say. Thank you, Stat. But
we'll take a plus.
I don't know the framing. Just generally, and not saying that Stat did this because I think he does give a lot of good insights on like what happens behind the curtain, and a lot of these things don't fit in these neat boxes once you actually look at like what the interpersonal lives are. Checks being cut, et cetera, et cetera. But I think in general there is this narrative framed around Drake, like he is a victim, and when he, disses, it's like, oh, of course, it's his right. Like, he got jumped by 20 niggas at once, and his.
It's his right. He got jumped by 20 niggas at once. Thank you for this. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Spread the bread. We're just talking about shots. I don't know why part of me, and this isn't like a shot at Culture United. These are just people that just talk about what they want to talk about and they go down different avenues or whatever. I always expect them to talk more about the music, and they never really do. Like, that's never seems to be the focus, unfortunately. Shathu, I know some of you have probably just been listening in the background, but I need you to like honestly participate just for this moment. Did it occur to you that like for the past 15, 20 minutes that nobody's even been talking about music? Like they haven't been talking about the songs. Did you even clock that? Because I've been thinking about it every couple minutes. Like, damn, they aren't even talking about the songs. Justin tried to bring up some lyrics at one point, and then it just turned into some whole other shit. In the event that I'm ever fortunate enough to have a panel of my own where we talk about music, I promise you that we're actually going to talk about the music. Shout out to Justin Hunt. Still a great show, but I just wanted to mention that.
His behavior, his track record, on wax and off wax, behind the curtain, in front of the curtain, is not really like looked at with the microscope. The poking and prodding, the dirty mac, and like just the right wing shit, like all the stuff that he represents, all the things that he does, I feel like those are kind of cloaked and kind of put to the side. And that's, I personally don't like that. Like Drake is not a victim. People collaborate in hip hop all the time. People hop on it. People do favors for each other all the time. It's a collaborative genre. And so the way that he always frames this, like, I forgot what song it was, but you know, he's like, if I gave you a hand, you're always under the thumb or some shit. Or like, he's always kind of positioning himself as this, like, I came in here and I helped you and now you owe me loyalty forever, but I'm going to fuck your bitch and I'm going to dish you and sneak dish you and I'm going to do all this stuff and I'm going to poke and prod and I'm going to troll, but don't say anything to me. Like, it's just like, he is you know, what Sky brilliantly calls a crybully, tries to be the underdog and the top.
It's a great way to describe Drake. He is textbook crybully. Textbook crybully. The funniest thing, as somebody that has been actually bullied in real life and actually had people try to bully them unsuccessfully, as somebody that people tried to bully online, sometimes it worked better than others. It's very obvious to me when somebody is like fake tough or somebody thinks that they're like sunning somebody else, you know? Drake at the end of Taylor Made Freestyle thought that he was like legitimately intimidating Kendrick. Like, oh, I know you're struggling in that apartment in New York. I know you're trying to come up with some entendres or whatever. Like, he thought he was bullying Kendrick. He did the same thing at the end of the Heart Part 6. He's like trying to act all unbothered. He's like, oh, it was a nice little song. I could have danced to it, but you kept lying on it, you know? Yeah, just let me know when we get to the facts, man. It's whatever. He keeps trying to act like he's above it and he's just better than you. And it's just not that big of a deal to him. And it's clearly a big deal because he fucking sued. He goes on the album and cries, but he keeps trying to act like he's not bothered. And it's like, hey, Drake, we're not slow.
Dog and the victim and the bully, and he's always trying to occupy both of these you know, spaces and identities, and people shoot him so much bail for it. Every diss that I feel like was levied at him was warranted. I feel like any aggression or any you know, even if someone just is looking on that disgusting, gross behavior and is like, actually, I don't fuck with dude, like, I think that's valid, and I don't think that's taken into consideration enough.
One of the funniest things that's come from this entire conversation is BK basically right there just saying, whatever they said about Drake, he deserves. Whoever said it and whatever they said, he had it coming. That's pretty funny. I kind of agree.
I want to tell you that generally, I've told this to Justin off. We've had this conversation.
Because for some reason, people can't have a genuine discussion about Drake's music, even you yourself. What do you mean? Okay, you know what? You're rage baiting, and I'm going to ignore it. I very much tried to give Drake a fair shot. I listened to all of the albums. I listened to them multiple times, but it's okay. Maybe you're just new here, or maybe you're just upset because people are being mean to Drake. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
The behavior that you're highlighting from him, probably about 96% of every artist, male and female in hip hop, do the same stuff behind the scenes. Let me just give you an example.
Okay.
They'll do a verse for you, tell you you pay him for the verse, then you go try to clear it. The label tells you, oh, well, you got to give us $3 million so your song can't come out.
Oh my God.
How you think that make you feel you didn't pay that money out of pocket? Artists do this all the time. It's so much foul, lame stuff that go on behind the scenes. Or walk in the room with your...
Hey, J. Cole just got caught up for some shit like that. Like, Cameron did some work for J. Cole, and then J. Cole was ducking him for like a year, 2 years or whatever. Stats onto some shit, honestly. He is in fact correct.
Girl that you love, and then you find out this dude trying to get at the girl you love. Or somebody you fooling around with, he fooling around with her, and he talking all kind of stuff behind your back to the girl. You know what I mean? It's just so much dirty macking. It's so much all kind of foul stuff. Or you go rap on your beat, take your song that you done worked on, go put it out, and you don't even know, and it come out. This industry and these dudes, you separate Drake and say he's just more treacherous than the other ones. They all dirty. All of them. All of them. And here to know it, they all foul. They all conniving, backstabbing. They all do the same dirty macking and the same lame stuff. And I ain't trying to protect Drake because he do it all the time. And that's why so many people in the industry don't like him. But to say he the only one, I'm trying to tell you, all these dudes is flawed. All these girls is flawed. Oh, I love you. Yeah, I'm gonna do this and do that. Then you can't get them on the phone. They busters. All of them.
I want to add this. I want to add this real fast to that conversation. I think we understand that people in the music industry, people in entertainment, or people in power, probably not the nicest of people, right? I think we all have a reflex for that. But in this particular case, right, in this particular situation, regardless if everybody's doing it or not, we had the unique opportunity to watch a bunch of people.
People don't have the same energy for Cardi. Hold on. What's this say? Can somebody read that out loud for me? I don't even know if you know what YouTube channel you're commenting on. Whatever. This doesn't matter. I'm being rage baited and trolled, and I'm sorry for wasting you all's time. That's on me. It's my bad.
Get together and say, we don't like him, right? A bunch of people got here and said, we don't trust that guy, right? That to me is unique. And that is where the discussion lives. And I think that's what BK's point, broadly speaking, is. And not even just BK. I think a lot of people who've been watching this, whether they're fans of Kendrick or Future or Metro or Rick Ross or French Montana or how long is this list again, Hitter? I know you read everybody down. All of those people, or fans of all those people, were like, yeah, makes sense. This guy been doing fucked up shit, right? And that seems to be the problem because Drake, per his album, per the quote that BK just said, always under the thumb, seems to think that as long as you pay people, their job is to shut up and do what you say.
I mean, they're cooking. We're not really talking about Iceman anymore. But, and for those of you that like don't really understand kind of what I'm getting at, it's I'm not gonna say that like I expected this type of conversation like what I'm about to describe, but if I was going to title a panel, a live show that had multiple people on it, if I was going to title it The Fall Off Reaction and Review and had like 4 or 5 of my friends on, I would say things like, what were some of your favorite songs? What were some of your least favorite songs? What do you think the best instrumental from the album was? How do you think the structure of the tracks worked? Was it a conceptual album? Did he, like, if we're talking about Iceman, for example, did he stick to the Iceman theme on the album? Do you think that this song contradicted this one? What were some of your favorite bars from the album? Unfortunately, there doesn't really seem to be any of that here, and I'm not saying that this is a bad show because of it. I'm just letting you know what I would like if we were talking about a actual album reaction. But yeah, I just wanted to let you all know that I am capable of that. If I had YouTube friends, I would do it.
And that is where this conversation to me is really interesting because it is a classic power play based on the guy who's writing the checks, who isn't treating the people around him with the respect that they think they deserve. And
also, obviously, no hate. Like maybe they do this on other streams and I'm just watching the wrong one. It's not that big of a deal.
And I'm saying that because they all got together and they...
What was my favorite song? I'm glad that you asked. My favorite song from Iceman was, it was the first one because I thought it like really set a great, it really laid the foundation for what I thought the album was going to be about. I thought he was like growing up. I thought he was going to take responsibility. I thought we were going to get some grown man raps. So the very first track I really enjoyed. And the first half of National Treasure, I think was the best rapping from Drake on the entire album. Yeah, I thought Plot Twist, the rapping was decent. I think the second half of What Did I Miss? I absolutely love that instrumental. It's great. I downloaded it and stole it. I'm going to use it for episodes of my own. So I actually have real takes about the quality of the music because I think that's what's most important in a music niche area of YouTube. What songs do I think are the worst? I think that Ran to Atlanta, trying to do a flip on that after being dissed. I think that like conceptually, it's a flawed premise. Like I don't think the song should exist. I think that Don't Worry is arguably the worst track on the album because it has a stale, monotonous flow throughout the entire song. So in case you're wondering if the Derapy guy is capable of like giving actual critiques on music, it is my job and I am capable of doing it. Most people just don't care about that shit though. So, you're welcome.
Put out a whole campaign against him.
Bees on the Table is dog shit, by the way. Terrible song. And that is mainly because of 21 Savage. It's probably the worst 21 Savage feature I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, if y'all want to have a real conversation about music, like we can certainly do that. You know, I'm just curious to see what, you know, how the culture's feeling. Why don't you like Burning Bridges? I don't like Burning Bridges because the entire essence of that song is that whole where she at shit, which I think is incredibly cringe. And the video is cringe, but the essence of the diss is that because Rihanna didn't post A$AP Rocky's single, that like I guess their relationship isn't that good or whatever. But Drake's baby Bobs doesn't post his shit. We don't know where she is. In fact, I do know where she is. She just married another guy. So I think that it's hypocritical and therefore a bad refrain. Thank you for asking. If y'all have questions about Iceman, I can talk about it because, you know, I give a fuck.
Who was the main person going at Drake?
Which one?
No,
now or then?
Who was the main guy dissing Drake?
Kendrick?
Okay, you remember the puppet?
Okay.
Remember when Kendrick came out with the puppet? I'll never leave TDE. I'm gonna be with TDE forever. I'm gonna stay with TDE forever. Then you hear 3 months later he not with TDE, right? Oh, okay. I'm just let that sit there. I'll let that sit there. Go ahead, hit her.
Hold on, let me get you 1 second. I got you. Give me a second.
Well, give me 1 second applause. Let's hit the button.
1 second. There you go.
Yeah, and then
You're not supposed to ask for the 1 second applause. It's just supposed to come naturally.
let's talk about what happened to those 100 million streams. I mean, let's talk about
hit her, stop. Don't do that.
let's talk about
Hit her, listen. Drake got 1 billion streams that we can take away. They've been teasing for that boy since the beginning of the time.
Oh, what happened to the 100 million streams? Oh, I can't believe that this guy isn't trolling, by the way. Chathy, we were all so convinced this guy was trolling, and he's genuinely not, and I think it's one of the most fascinating things I've ever witnessed on this show.
Hit her, listen. They all cheating. All of them. You can't do that. Drake is this is the problem with the lawsuit. You suing for something that has been benefiting you your entire career. He is Drake because of what they're doing for everybody else. The whole game is flawed. He's a part of it.
I don't think that. I don't think so. I think Drake is who he is due to his ability to stay on mainstream radio. You know, shout out to Izzy Sanchez. He's been working with Cash Money for like 30 years. This is why you always hear them on the radio. Everywhere you go. I don't care if it's Sirius XM, if it's Radio 1 or Clear Channel. Izzy's working those records and he's getting into households that normal people like Kendrick Lamar probably won't get to because he ain't got the single to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Hit her. You've been in this business a long time. I respect you. I know your name. I know what you did down there at H-Town. Hit her. How is he staying on the radio, Hitter? How's that man traveling around to those places and getting in those houses to keep him on the radio? Tell me how they doing it, Hitter. What you think that he just? What do you think he's taking over? You think it's some Jordans? What do you think? How them DJs playing them songs? Tell me why, Hitter.
Hey man, the massive promotion and the rollout. We won't speak on it. We won't speak on those things. We know what's going on with this, but we're not at liberty to speak on those things.
BK, NBA YoungBoy is also MAGA, but Cole is not, and is cool with Obama. Why? What is this chat? Why is Cole in the same combo as Drake? Shout out Andy Pandy Pie. She hates me.
You know, we can't show everybody the smoke behind the mirror. You know what I'm saying? However, Drake's always there for the last 15 years. So he's always there.
So Hitter, what's the smoke behind the mirror that you know that I know and you know that I know and everybody know what we talking about? What's the difference between that and the fake streams? Because he's doing that too. What I'm trying to tell you is, Hitter, they're all cheating, my friend. And so to separate yourself to say, oh, I'm going to go after this when you have benefited and you have gotten here because of that, it's foul. That's foul. He foul. The lawsuit is foul. Come on, bro. Come on, you got to admit that. I know that's your man, but that's foul.
You got to admit it's foul, right?
No comment.
No comment. Oh, my God. He got him. Chatty, we got him. He got him in a corner. He's on the ropes. He had nothing.
Lawsuit is foul. Come on, bro. Come on, you gotta admit that. I know that's your man, but that's foul, bro.
No comment.
So I
wanted to...
Got him.
I want to jump on a little bit what you were saying.
To next thing.
Okay, what you were saying, Justin, though, that like in the end, like Drake is really good at reflecting spiritual emptiness, and that's based on transactional relationships. So he's really good at talking about giving women. He's the best. He's the GOAT of giving women bags for sex. Like no one has been better than that than him, and he does as much as he can to buy friends and buy women and buy streams and do all this stuff. And like that emptiness, like how much money would Kendrick take to switch up on how he feels, like what he's trying to present. Like, we know that there's no actual amount that he would do that, or presumably, I don't know him personally, but like, so I think that's it. Like, it's, some people like this spiritual emptiness, and like they just say that's the way the world is, and Drake's the best at it. And then some of us just think it's sad that like I don't want people to think that once you pay me, I'm under your thumb forever. Like, I don't want to be bought. I want community, and I don't think Drake has it. I don't think he knows what it is, and I think he's going to scream and throw money around until he's just blue in the face, and just everyone's got to love me because I got to pay them, and that's just not how it works.
Oh my God, Scott. Okay, yeah, we're really breaking down the psychology of Drake. Buying cars, buying women, buying friendship, buying loyalty. He has no real community. Jesus Lord. Oh my goodness.
So 1 second pause. I mean, I definitely think that I'm listening to this Drake album, and most of these songs could have been on any other Drake album as B-sides or even C-sides. I think that what we're seeing right now is the excitement of what's Drake going to say. I think it's a very organized fan base he has. I think a lot of people have seen how different groups of people will get together online in Spaces or Clubhouse, and they'll talk about their strategy in terms of running up streams. I'm not saying that everybody else isn't doing it. I'm saying we know that they're doing it. They're very organized, so I think that's also what we're seeing. And more than anything else, I think that we're seeing a Drake who took a strategy and approach that makes a lot of sense and is very much expected. Give people a bunch of stuff that sounds like the stuff that they used to like. Call out all the people who just called you out, stand taller than ever, and flood the zone so we can run up the numbers and run up the charts.
Flood the zone so we can run up the numbers and run up the charts. I think that anybody pretending as though part of the strategy behind releasing 40 songs simultaneously, like if you think that wasn't about chart records, then I don't know what to tell you. We can't even have the conversation. There are just some absolute truths when it comes to this type of discourse, and nobody's going to convince me that releasing 40 songs at once wasn't either you trying to get out of a deal or trying to run up numbers. There was literally no other reason to do that, just flatly.
Let's hope that sticks for the first 2 weeks. After that, we're off and running. It doesn't necessarily really matter. And I think that the charts actually reflect this. Let me add BK to the stage real quick. Or L, excuse me. El Janelle back in the building.
Whoa! Yes! Yes! Another woman. I feel like that fish from SpongeBob. Finally! I'm getting some more water. Don't go anywhere. I'll know if you do. I can tell. I can feel it. El Janelle in the building. Thank goodness. Get BK some backup. It's a fucking sausage fest, ain't it?
9 second applause to El Janelle. But I want to share the screen right here real fast. And so there's a few screens here that are just ridiculously crazy to think about, right? And not necessarily, I'm not taking shots at anybody. I'm just looking at the conditions that we're in, given that stat just reminded us how everybody does the same thing. Drake is set to make Billboard 200 history as the first artist to debut 3 albums at 1, 2, and 3, right?
Chathu, serious question. When you see 475 and then 11.5 pure, or you see 120K and 6K pure, what do you think pure means? What do you think that means as far as projections? Pretty sure that means like actual physical media. One thing that I don't understand that I've been thinking about a lot, and I would love to hear you all's opinions about, I think that the way in which streams are kind of converted to sales, like weekly sales, I think is like a completely broken concept. Like when we talk about something doing, oh, it did 300K this week, it did 400K that week, it did 500K that week. We're not talking about CDs. We're not talking about vinyls. We're talking about like zeros and ones. We're talking about data, you know? And I don't think that there's a way we can like truly meaningfully engage with these chart numbers or sales. And I say this as somebody that never looks at charts. So if I'm saying something that's obtuse or naive, it's because I genuinely couldn't give a fuck about a chart. Like I listen to music, and if I like it, I just keep listening to it and keep listening to it. I got in a Twitter fight with some random Drake stan, and they were trying to throw numbers at me, and I was like, dude, I just don't know. I don't care. I never look. I got introduced to System of a Down's Toxicity album this year. Came out like 20 something fucking years ago. I bump that album every other day. I don't know how it's charting. I don't care. I just listen to music that I like. And I feel like many Drake fans, I'm sure not all of them, don't operate that way. They only care about like how it's selling. I care about how it sounds. Am I crazy? I know I'm not.
Looking around 475 for Iceman, 120 for Maid of Honor, 120 for Habibti, right? You move over one. Is this on the screen? It is, okay. We move over one. Drake's Iceman is projected to tie the all-time Hot 100 record for most top 10 hits from a single album. If projections hold, it'll tie Taylor Swift's Midnight's The Torture Poets Department and The Life of a Showgirl with top 10 hits each, while surpassing albums like Michael Jackson's Thriller, Drake's Scorpion, Taylor Swift's 1989, The Weeknd's After Hours, and Katy Perry's Teenage Dream in total top 10 hits. More. Check out this one. This one is crazy too. Drake is projected to occupy 14 of the 15 spots on next week's Billboard Hot 100. If you look at this list, all of these are songs from Iceman. Okay, this isn't Habibti, this isn't Maid of Honor. I don't know how much money they put into any of the songs.
For context, this is not current. They recorded this a month ago, just for the record. I wanted to make sure I wasn't siphoning any streams off them or stealing anybody's bread or whatever. Thank you for this. This is huge. I appreciate it. Spread the bread, obviously. I think the saddest part of all of this for me is realizing the OVO Twitter bots might be real people and they genuinely believe the shit they be saying. Yeah. Yeah. That is concerning because I genuinely see a lot of people that spend all of their time on Twitter just like arguing about like chart numbers and Kendrick and Drake, blah, blah, blah. It's like political at this point. And the fact that we got a dude like Hitta in real life on Culture United talking this way is insane to me. Let me knock out 20 of these real quick. All I do is sit here all day. This is the only way I can guarantee I get exercise. Thank you for your time. Let's continue. I think we're just doing chart talk, I guess.
Those other two albums, I think Iceman still is the focus. But Janice, Ran to Atlanta, Whisper My Name, right there, top 3. Shebang coming in at number 5, If These Holds. Just generally speaking, this is something we haven't even seen from Drake in Drake history. Open floor. What do you guys think about this?
I kind of view Drake and Taylor Swift similarly in that like they are just too big to fail. And if there's some sort of preceding drama, breakup, insert whatever, input, you're gonna see huge numbers. It just doesn't surprise me if these are real and if these hold and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it does, I think the flooding the zone thing that you were talking about was definitely a strategy to just get people to rush to all this and stream this. And I mean, all of this is Iceman up there, which by the way, I didn't say this. I hate the cover art. Like I hate the glove on the cover art and the barely white power symbol he put on there that, the White House appropriated. But sorry, I had to get that in there. But seeing that he would tie Taylor Swift, I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Like he's in his Taylor era of releasing like 14 presses of the same album or just flooding his own.
That is a funny comment. This era where grown-ass men fan out over Drake is beyond me. You motherfuckers ought to be ashamed. Get glasses on the phone. The DJ has spun himself silly. Nah, I think fanning out is kind of wild.
With so much that, like, of course, it's going to be so big. Not to say, because I just don't think the quality matches what the numbers are. So I think this is the biggest that Drake has been in his career. So I'm not surprised that with a super anticipated album like this, the numbers reflect this.
What's that plus? Open floor.
They told people for so many years and actually made people think they were crazy for believing that aliens were real. They sent people to insane asylums and said that they were stupid and they was crazy and locked them up in straitjackets. And now they're telling us that the aliens are real. So all those people that said they were real back then were actually justified in what they were saying.
What? What?
So now we're going to sit and believe these numbers that they give us every week on these artists. They make these numbers a certain way so that the subscribers to these networks or Spotify, Apple can continue to pay so they can believe it. So when you hear that Taylor Swift sold 3 million or 2 million records, you're like, well, you know what? She is Taylor Swift. She did that. They just make that stuff up out of thin air, man. as we said on the Third Verse podcast, no artist that you all love came up with what a stream is worth.
Nigga compared Drake's chart numbers to alien life forms. What the fuck are we talking about? Hey, bro. Next time you got an analogy you trying to get off, just I don't know, man.
That's okay. You can keep it.
I'm good on all that. I don't know if that one hit. I don't know if that one's gonna stick, buddy.
Dre wasn't in there. No artist, Prince, Michael Jackson, nobody came up with the numbers. Some dude from MIT made that up. This is all math. This is all fraud. They can tell us anything. That number, that don't mean nothing. Even Drake said it on his album. He's like, that Billboard stuff, it don't mean anything. He's
like, it's funny because like I do agree with his broader point, but I just I just don't understand. I don't get the alien analogy. But cook, buddy, cook. I'm gonna let him land.
Said it on the record. He quoted and said it because he knows it's all BS. And I'm telling y'all. So when Justin reads those numbers, what I tell Justin this all the time. They're gonna make it be whatever it need to be. And they needed it to be 600-700, and that's what it is, guys. It's not, it's Santa Claus, it's the Easter Bunny. It's not real.
Okay.
It's not none of it for anyone. Okay?
All right. Okay. I hear you, man.
So hey, you got something for that? I got you. Hold on a second.
I mean, are you not entertained? This is the this is the entertainment business. This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to give out these massive rollouts. They're supposed to come with it. When Kendrick Lamar was doing his rollout for GNX, like it was pretty big.
Well, real fast, I do want to interject there. There was actually no rollout for GNX. It was a surprise drop. So you carry on. You can make your point. But there was no rollout.
Well, there was hype for the album.
Oh my God, bro! Shut up. You genuinely don't know what you're talking about. Justin even tried to like throw you a little like, hey, you know, just quick correction. Just quick correction. And he's like, but there was hype for the album. No, there wasn't. We didn't know anything was coming. He literally just told you it was a surprise. What are we talking about? Holy fuck. This, you know what? I say this every time I do one of these. This is the exact moment I knew I couldn't be on Culture United. I'd have to cut my camera off. It's too much. It's too fucking much. Jesus Christ.
We do know there was hype for the album because of the diss song.
We didn't know what the album. We didn't know the album was coming, and the diss song wasn't on the album. All right. Well,
hey, bro, just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Just shut up. It's fine. let's just move on.
Looks like we're moving on.
Well, no.
Move on, then. I guess you got anything to say.
Yo, whatever, man.
Hitter, this is what you got to admit, man. I want you to do this for yourself. I want you, as a fan of Drake, to do this. He lost the battle. GNX is a better album than this album he just put out. These are all facts. It doesn't matter who you want to talk to. Drake does not have a song equivalent to Luther on this project.
I didn't even like Luther. No.
We know.
No, listen. It ain't about. It's not about you liking it. It lasted. It was a hit record. Drake don't have that type of song on here. He got good songs on here, but nothing the equivalent that's going to impact like Luther. They're not the club records. Everything. GNX was a better project, and he lost the battle. I want you to admit that as a person that loves him. And we can also say that Drake is a great rapper, but I want you to admit that. I know that's your family, but I want you to admit that in front of all these people here. That's just.
Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Why would he publicly say that he's been glazing the entire show, and you're like, can you just do me a favor and tell everybody that GNX is better than Iceman? No. He's not gonna do that. I don't understand. I can't tell you what's going on right now. Not liking Luther is kind of crazy though. Like I'm very big on, you know, there being a distinction between things that you think are really great or things that you just personally very much enjoy. I have a hard time imagining somebody hearing Luther and being like, nah, that shit sucks. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. But honestly, nothing that Discount Cam Newton has said is making any sense to me.
Just can't do it. Like I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. Like I just can't bring myself to do it because I think everything was like overhyped, and I think that soon as Drake takes a year off, there's no rap songs in the top 100 at some point. And then here he is, he's taking over it. I mean, now, I tell you what.
Real quick. What do you mean by taking a year off? Because last year he dropped some sexy songs for you.
Well, you know what I'm saying. He dropped, What Did I Miss, right? He dropped What Did I Miss?
He also dropped.
Oh my word. It's like he took these takes straight from r/Drizzy or fucking Club Paradise or wherever, and he's just bringing them directly to this audience of vultures. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you saying that Drake took a year off? He just didn't. He just didn't. In 2024, he dropped 100 gigs, and then in 2025, he dropped the whole Some Silly Songs for You. He dropped multiple singles. He dropped Doghouse. He dropped What Did I Miss? And he dropped the SOD Housekeeping Knows with Lotto. Like, he was dropping music. Why are we lying? Why are we lying? I'm cool with trolling. I promise I am. But we're just straight up lying.
The whole album with
Party Next Door.
Yeah, so he had an album out and he had singles out. And he also dropped which one?
So, and he dropped which one? I forgot about that.
What do we mean by taking a year off?
Man, that man took a significant amount of time from promoting himself and his solo projects to focus on the Iceman.
I'm with that idea. Nebulous significant amount of time to promote this project.
But
he has not taken. I don't know how you can do. You drop an album and additional songs on the project that just came out. I still describe that as took time off.
It just seemed like, man, y'all just some Drake haters. Y'all just not gonna give this man the benefit of the doubt.
No. They're not. I'm yelling. This is not about hating Drake. This is about trash ass takes, okay? If you had... I was about to say something mean. If you just simply came on here and just talked about the songs that you liked and why you liked them, they wouldn't be dogging you like this. Like, you're just parroting trash talking points. He's like, you guys are just some Drake haters. No, you're just wrong. You're like factually incorrect. But whatever, it's fine. I clearly have no place on Culture United because it would just be, I would feel like I'm bullying. This is gonna sound crazy. I'm the nicest person I know, genuinely. Like, I am so kind and decent. I let so much shit slide. Like, I am so kind, but I would feel like I was bullying this man if I was here, because you cannot get this shit off. It's too wild for even me. I love to have a laugh, but we're not just gonna lie.
Like, y'all not gonna listen to the album. Y'all not gonna give him his props on his lyrical wordplay, the production. Y'all not gonna give him his props on none of this. Like, so don't none of these songs belong on the Billboard.
I want to move on to the next segment. I think we got it. We got where hit is at right now.
Can I say one thing? Hit nobody's hating. I'm just saying you're not reading the room of the world.
You're right. The bait is working. You're right. I'm crashing out over nothing.
When someone, he lost the battle. He lost the battle.
The battle was 2 years ago. We've moved on.
I know. We haven't, because we're talking about Drake's album, which is talking about the list of people that he dissed because of the battle. But I will say this. Let's move on to the next thing real fast. Move to the next segment, because I do think that there is a point that maybe not everybody is appreciating the wordplay as you described it.
Okay.
But we know some people do appreciate it, and here's one of them that has been a very big story this week. Right? We have the White House account showing their appreciation of the wordplay.
Oh fuck. We're so far past talking about the album at this point. Oh my goodness gracious. You know, to be fair, I do think that this is kind of this is relatively inbounds, mainly just because we have an OVO soldier here. Oh shit, here we go. Yeah. I would love to hear how Hitta is like just reacts to this. To me, you know, it's whatever, right? It's ugly, it's stupid, I don't like it, but like I'm not losing sleep over it. But I'm just curious to see how a Drake fan reacts to this.
By posting MAGA. Okay. Open floor. Who wants to comment on the appreciation that the White House has for DJ Hard Hitter's position?
Oh man.
Hold on a second. My bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You were sharing your.
I feel like I got set up because I ain't with none of that.
Oh, this is good. This is positive. I like this.
Sorry, you were sharing your.
I feel like I got set up because I ain't with none of that. I'm not with none of that. Man, I had to take my glasses off. Man, I ain't with none of that. You know, I say, man, I'm not with none of that stuff. None of that. I'm not.
Word up. 1 second applause. I'm glad to hear it. I knew that, but I want to make sure we heard that here today. 1 second applause. But see, I think this
slightly less delusional than Akimo. Just slightly.
This actually speaks, and to me, like, away from the fact that Drake hasn't, as far as we know, denounced it or told them not to do this. We don't know if he told them to do this either at the same time. But what I do think that this speaks to is a lot of the conversations that are taking place on Iceman. And Drake has been very manosphere coded for a very long time. Drake has an affiliation with Stake. Stake has Happy Dad and Kick. Both those organizations were thanked during Trump's inauguration. Drake has a tendency to use weird civil rights references or slavery lines in his rhymes. Rapping like you're trying to get the slaves free, for example. Whether it's the light skin or the Jewish roots, makes people want to not see me at the mountaintop. Martin Luther King.
No matter who says that shit, it always makes me laugh. I have a take that you all probably aren't gonna like, but you know, it's just my show and I'm just giving my opinion. I think that the whole like Drake is MAGA thing, I think it's a little bit forced. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Drake gives a fuck about Trump or right-wing shit. Drake is Canadian, and I'm pretty sure he lives in Canada. Like I don't really like his affiliation with Stake is about money. And Drake is also not affiliated with Happy Dad. He doesn't give a shit about that. Drake is into streaming because he sees it as a potential avenue for like more money. I don't think Drake gives a fuck about politics, if we're being honest. Like, I know that people in the niche community that I used to dwell in are like really big on the whole like Drake and MAGA connection. And, you know, I can see where they're coming from. Like, I can see what they're doing. I just can't get there with it. I just don't think it's that. I don't think it's that calculated. I think he's just trying to get a bag, if I'm being totally honest. When I see this and Drake like not commenting on it, I think that's just him like genuinely not giving a fuck. I don't think that's like a political statement, but I could be tripping.
Mountaintop at the end, putting Nazi in there, and you know,
now,
I imagine that people he's talking.
Okay. Also, this is worth mentioning as well. I'm not gonna say that like his audience like leans red team or whatever. What I will say is, if you Drake stans and Trump fans act the exact same is all I'm gonna say. I'll just leave it there. The attitude is very similar. Is as far as I'll go with that. But do I think Drake himself is MAGA and likes Trump? I don't think he gives a fuck. I don't think he cares.
About that might be upsetting him for his light skin, which is a huge part of this battle conversation, or at least conversation around it. Might think he's talking about black people, calling black people Nazis, which I think is weird.
Wait a second. This is actually a great question. Here's a question. Are your fans a representation of you speaking about artists? Yes. Yes, I think that they are. Like, I genuinely believe that people that have been fans of like the Derapy YouTube channel for a while are a reflection of me, because, you know, I speak honestly about what I want to on this channel, and I assume if they didn't like it, they would leave. I'm not super big on name calling or being disrespectful to women or whatever the fuck. You probably don't see like tons of profanity in my comment section or people being shitty to each other, because like that's the community that I fostered. Drake's fans are assholes because he makes asshole music. Tell me that you know a fan of DJ Academics in real life that's just like a really nice person. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. If you're a fan of Andrew Tate, I don't think that you're nice. Like, you're probably not a good person, you know? So yes, great question. And I do think that, people's fans are a reflection of them. Tyler, the Creator's fans used to be insane. Now a lot of them are like gay because that's Tyler, the Creator. You know, whatever. Let's move on. I've been wanting to talk about that for a while. I probably still will in a future episode.
You can also look at, just generally speaking, the people that he's around, like Aiden Ross and Kick People and Hell's Angels. And people have been, in my opinion, earnestly asking a question that connects the bars to this post.
This is very nice. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, does Drake's political leanings, we don't know what he is or what he's not, he's Canadian, so that's all fair, but the things that people are also hearing in these bars, should that be a part of this conversation? Because there's a very large segment of the population who pushes back heavily at any insinuation, at any idea that Drake might actually really appreciate this post from the White House who's showing appreciation for Drake's bars as we
I don't think Drake gives a shit about this, is my opinion. But oh my goodness, if I said that on Culture United, the live chat would be lighting me the fuck up.
talked about before we got here. Open floor.
Well, we know that so Drake has his state media, just like Trump does, and that's DJ Academics. And shout out to Jeremy Hecht, who had a tweet that responded, that put this whole idea forward, and DJ Academics went on to say that they like the free media. I mean, DJ Academics speaks on behalf of Drake all the time. Why would we think he's not when he says this is free publicity from the effing White House? So I don't think there's any question that Drake wants it. Of course he does. I mean, it's that same spiritual emptiness. It's that same.
Yeah, I think that he probably just sees it as promotion for the album, if I'm being totally honest. I think he just likes people talking about him.
Belief that everything can be.
Which makes him a bad person, but it doesn't make him a Trump supporter. Shockingly, these things aren't mutually exclusive. I know that's a crazy sentence, but I promise it makes sense.
Bought that loyalty.
Kind of.
Is only a question of how much you can pay. And the more you cook the system, the more money you get, the more bees on the table you have, the more people you can control. And that's what the president does, and that's what Drake does, and that's the whole system that, frankly, America was created to foster. So, it's kind of a foundational problem of the way we run our economy. But yeah, I mean, Drake is Trumpy. Even if he hates Trump, he is Trumpy. His essence, his belief system, his worldview, everything.
This is a good take from Professor Sky. He does move with the same energy, even if he doesn't associate directly with him. So if you're the company you keep, what does that say about the Kodak thing was an artistic choice, and Cardi, we already know how I feel about that. Kendrick Lamar has made it very clear that he doesn't mind hanging out with bad people. So I don't know what you want me to do outside of that. I mean, do I think it's cool? No, and it kind of ends there. That's just how I feel about it.
It just matches perfectly, and it's amazing because so many of us have been trying to point it out and trying to make it clear, and people don't believe us and don't believe us and don't believe us, and then the White House itself does it for us and just says, of course he's MAGA. We knew all along, and then Drake doesn't say anything. So yeah, it's been clear for a long time.
Well, a broader question I have around this too, maybe I want to add this to the table for us to consider. Why do so many people want to push back against that idea? I think legitimately there's a lot of people who actually have publicly supported things that are going on, have publicly supported this administration at various points in time. But there seems to be a very loud, poignant, consistent wave of people who always push back against this idea that that's the case. Why would they do that? I want to go with you, El, since you've joined us on this panel.
Let's go, El. Talk to him.
Hey, guys. So sorry I'm late, but I hope I don't have an echo because I can hear myself. But was I listening? I was listening on my way here, and good Lord. Hello, DJ Hard Hitter. I won't try to be nice to you, but we're going to clash. But hello. Hi, Stat. Hi, Professor Scott. Hi, BK. Looking great.
Thank you.
I think that, and condolences to you, BK. I heard you earlier on. I'm so glad you're here. I think that putting false allegations on people. And I know Drake did something in 2017 where he said, fuck Trump or whatever, at some Boy Meets World tour or whatever. I Googled it, whatever. And so I think that people push back on it because, one, they know it'll make him look terrible if it's true. Mm-hmm. Two, they think we don't have enough evidence to say that he for sure is MAGA. Mm-hmm. And three, they want to make themselves look good. They're like, if he's MAGA, we look terrible for supporting him. So I think that's what motivates people to push back on him.
Just flawless points from Elle. Glad that she's here.
But did you know about him saying fuck Trump in 2017?
Yeah, I did. And I also...
But it's a lot of people who said fuck Trump in 2017 that is not saying fuck Trump.
It's also 9 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to minimize that or diminish that. There's a lot of people who said fuck Trump in 1996. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I'm not necessarily, I know how I feel about it. And I'm not trying to put that on someone else or anybody else. Right. You know what I mean? Because I kind of feel like we're in an era where people make, at this point in time, it's very clear who feels opposite, right? People who don't like what's going on are very vocal about it. And there is a population of people who still support what's going on, who are less vocal about what's going on now, while they were really vocal about it 2016, 2024.
That's a fact.
But my point and my question when I look at this is, why do so many people push back against this idea? Why is it the most terrible idea for Drake fans, right? Drake, who does...
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. The White House releasing a parody of his album cover saying MAGA. I'm going to start the sentence by saying, to be fair, but I'm not trying to be fair to Drake. It's just a matter of fact, actually. When Drake released that album, literally 100 different brands were using the the symbol and the glove for whatever. So that's just not exclusive to the White House. So I think that now I will say this: it is a bad look for Drake that he didn't just come out and be like, "Man, fuck that! Like, don't." You know, obviously Drake is chronically online. I do think it says something about him that he didn't just come out and be like, "That's wrong," like Olivia Rodrigo did, or many other artists have done. They're just like, "Hey, I don't like you. Don't use my stuff." It would have been very easy for him to do that, and he just didn't. So I think that makes him kind of bad. But, you know, it doesn't, just because you don't denounce something openly doesn't mean that you're in support of it. I think he just sees it as album promotion.
There's live streams with Aiden Ross all the time. Aiden Ross, you know, was out there with the interviewing Trump. Why is it so crazy that, you know, the stuff that he's saying on these songs sounds like it works in a manosphere environment? Why is this such a thing that people want to push back on so heavily?
Because the truth hurts. You know, like when you feel it and it makes you look inward and you say, wait a minute, wait. Then you just say, oh my God, I hate it. And you have to push back, right? I mean, like you could say all sorts of things about me. You know, you could say things and I'll be like, oh, this guy's got a big head. And I'll be like, well, I do kind of have a big head. And I'll feel kind of bad about it. And I'll push back. I'll be like, it's proportional to the rest of my body, you know? But if you tell me like, I don't have any hair, it's like, no, I'm good. My hair's fine. Like, I'm not gonna get upset about it. Like there's enough truth in it that people hear it and they get scared and they push back, because not everybody who likes Drake likes MAGA, but Drake is MAGA coded. So you do like, you know, I mean, a lot of people love professional wrestling and hate Trump, but professional wrestling, the WWE, is Trumpy. There's nothing you can do about it. So you can love both things, but you can't deny the reality of how Trumpy it is.
Well, also, I think
great takes from Sky right there. I do think that if somebody is accusing you of something outrageous and ridiculous, then that you don't even care about, you're probably like not going to address it. But the fact that like people may be pushing back so hard against something, there might be a little bit of like insecurity there. Like, please don't view me this way. I know what it looks like, but I promise that's not the case. You know, it would be like the equivalent of if somebody was like, man, like this is something that like I never talk about because I know it's not true. When somebody says, oh, the Derapy guys, oh, the only reason people care about him is because like the Kendrick and Drake stuff. And it's like, yeah, that series of videos was years ago. And when that ended, I had like 15,000 subscribers and we've like doubled that since then. And a lot of it isn't about the beef. And I've been working on the show for like 3 or 4 years before that. So I don't like, there's a lot of people say a lot of things about my YouTube channel and my show, and I usually don't acknowledge it because I just know for a fact that it's not true. But if there was something that like I was really insecure about, you know, maybe I'd be more likely to address it. You know what I mean? And I think that might be something that is going on with Drake fans, potentially. Because if you say, for example, like, oh, Drake fans hate Kendrick because they're secretly fans of Kendrick, they aren't going to respond to that because obviously they know that's not true, you know? But you try to line them up and be like, you guys seem kind of like MAGA. They're like, no. Okay, all right. You're clearly not bothered. It's like Drake saying that he definitely didn't cry.
To your earlier question, Justin, it is important to have the conversation about it. And I did see a couple people pushing back on even talking about it because it's like, no, just listen to the music, just speak on the music. And it's like, okay, let's speak on the music. He calls himself Ice in the music. I did not realize he was going to shorthand Iceman and call himself Ice in this political climate. On top of the day after the White House posted this, he posted an Instagram story, and it wasn't to disavow the shout out, just like everyone else, or like, you know, that laundry list that shout out Moni. She posted like a laundry list of artists that explicitly were like, take this.
Shout out Moni. They need to get her back on here.
This down. This does not align with my fan base, with me. I think people push back on it so heavily to like all the points, to L's PR point and Sky's like, it makes people look within. But also because I think the same reason people victimize Drake a lot, and like the same reasons that people will excuse the fact that he pokes and prods and like is the bully, but they're like, but no, that doesn't count because like it's Drake, right? And he got beat up, right, unjustly, right? And like he's a victim, right? I don't know how that all connects, but I feel like it's the same kind of energy or spirit or theory of like, but it can't be him though. Like the funny, goofy Canadian, like he can't be MAGA, right? Like I don't know if it's an aesthetic thing. I don't know, because everything off screen, on wax, off wax points to I'm MAGA, I'm right wing, and all my friends are right winged, and I outwardly like hang out with him and align with him. So I don't know why people are missing that.
So
I will say this, and this is gonna sound like I'm throwing Drake bail, which is ridiculous, and I promise that I'm not. The idea that Drake is like really friends with Aiden Ross or like really friends with academics. Let's be real. Let's, come on. Drake is rapping all the time about people in his life that like he actually fucks with. He's been doing it for like a decade and a half, I'm not gonna pretend like. Now, if LeBron James was like Trump adjacent, and then I would be like, oh, Drake does hang out with people a lot that are, but like these people that we're referring to that are MAGA adjacent, that are also Drake adjacent, I don't think he actually gives a fuck about these people. I don't think he cares. I genuinely think he's just using them. He's just using them.
Okay, so let me just point it out like this right here. So if you saw Donald Trump wearing Michael Jordans, you think Michael Jordan gonna come out and say you need to take my shoes off?
Oh my fucking god. One of the worst takes I've ever heard. Just instantly. I don't even know if he's done with the sentence. It's just so obviously bad faith. I can't even believe that I'm hearing it. It's one of the worst.
It was one of the worst performances I've seen in my life. I couldn't sleep.
Listen to this bullshit take he's about to get off.
This right here. So if you saw Donald Trump wearing Michael Jordans, you think Michael Jordan gonna come out and say you need to take my shoes off?
Probably not Jordan. Probably not Michael Jordan. No. I want to be. Let's be fair about this. Probably not Michael Jordan. And I think that there are a lot of off-talent comparisons between Michael Jordan and Drake.
That's right, because Drake is non-political and Michael Jordan was non-political. That's what.
Drake. Oh my god. Do I have to explain why the White House posting this at this time is different from somebody wearing shoes? People have to wear shoes. The White House did not have to post Drake's album like a parody of that. People have to wear shoes, and people like Jordans. And also, like, nobody's gonna come out and be like, don't wear my shoes. That's just stupid. Also, Michael Jordan's on record saying Republicans buy sneakers too, which is low-key kind of a bar. Like, it would be like me telling somebody that it's like, I'm never gonna come out and be like, if you voted for Trump 10 years ago, I don't even want you listening to my fucking show. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. Now, like, let's say if Nick Fuentes came out and was like, you know who I like? I really like that Derapy guy. I would be like, fuck you. Don't ever speak up my fucking name ever again. But this is so obviously different from that. It's just wild that he's trying to get this take off. It's just not the same.
Goats do. That's how they remain goats. You know what I'm saying? They stay non-political. They stay non.
Would you say Muhammad Ali's a goat?
Huh?
Would you say Muhammad Ali's a goat?
Of course. But he's African American. He comes from the United States. He comes from the.
Thank you for this. Appreciate you. Every membership means something to me. Truly. Truly.
Like
I'm gonna knock these out real quick.
No more.
I have to.
Yeah. I ain't skinny no more because I'm push-ups going crazy. I woke up today and I start doing push-ups. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I woke up today and I start doing push-ups. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I woke up today and I start doing push-ups. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I woke up today and I start doing push-ups. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'm real cool now. These push-ups got me buff. Yeah, buff. I'm buff.
Thank you. Thank you for indulging me. Anyways, I think that this conversation is important. It didn't turn out to be quite as inflammatory as I thought it would be. It's actually been fine so far. It's reasonable.
Same struggles that we come from actually here on America. With Drake grew up in Canada. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to make an excuse for his political stances or anything, but it's not like he posted the MAGA. It's not like he's the one who posted the MAGA chain on his glove. They did that. The White House did that.
Y'all think it's fair to bring up that the Trump administration has also used Kendrick's music and Kendrick didn't speak out against it?
I think.
What? They did? I deadass didn't know that. Is that real? Chathu, did that happen? Hold on. Did White House use Kendrick Lamar music? When? I genuinely don't know. This matters, so let's find out. Did the Trump administration use Kendrick Lamar's music? Huh. According to the New York Times, this is an AI overview, so I'm gonna have to read the article. We're doing our homework. This is from a August 2025 article. The first post by @White House on TikTok showing Trump at various events while dramatic music plays made reference to a viral video on the social media site that featured footage from the movie Creed and music by the rapper Kendrick Lamar. Oh, it's the Creed edit with the Kendrick song over it. I know this is gonna sound like I'm throwing bail, like I'm just running defense, but I feel like people just didn't know. I feel like people just didn't even know that happened. I don't know, but I will say this: it did happen, and obviously Kendrick didn't say anything about it. So who am I to criticize Drake for not saying anything about it? I mean, it's whatever. The Creed edit is using a remix then? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have to walk anything back because I didn't really give a fuck that much to begin with. But, I mean, I guess it's good to know. But the idea that Kendrick would know about a TikTok is kind of whatever. Who cares? It doesn't even matter that much.
I think that's completely fair, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, when did they use their music?
It was like the first TikTok or whatever they ever did. It was they used one of Kendrick's songs, and then what's crazy is they used Euphoria as well during the battle. So it's kind of, I don't know, because this was most offensive to me.
They did? What the fuck? Hold on. White House. Did the White House use Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria song? Oh, this says Joe Biden's re-election campaign released a video using Kendrick Lamar's Drake diss track Euphoria. Yeah, I don't know if that's I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that happened. I don't know if that's the case. Because I feel like they would definitely know about that. Did the Trump administration use Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? I don't think that happened, but whatever. Let's just do our homework, please, before we say things like this. I'm sure it was an honest mistake.
When I saw the MAGA chain, I felt like it was Drake's responsibility to speak out and make it very clear that, hey, we are not connected with this, and that. And like I said, I go around and I kind of survey people and I ask, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? And a lot of the Drake fans feel like that don't have shit to do with them. They're not, tripping off the politics like that. Trump is going to do whatever they want and they not even about to engage with it, which I was surprised because if it was me and it was an artist that I represented, there would be cease and desist sent because I think it's a really bad look. But it was interesting when I started going through and saying, who else music have they used? And I know Kendrick ain't fucking with Drake. I mean, Kendrick ain't fucking with Trump. I know that. And in a similar situation, I don't think that they spoke out and did it. So I started to wonder if I was kind of not tripping about it being bad, but tripping about the expectation that the artist must.
Okay, I would just like to say this because I know that Culture United is probably in front of an audience of like 2,000-3,000 people, but there's a chance that this humble little YouTube channel of Derapy might also reach maybe, I don't know, a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 people as well. You are allowed to not care about a music artist's politics and just listen to their music. Like I think that's okay. I think it's unreasonable to expect you to know the political affiliation of every music artist that you listen to and then have to like make a decision on whether or not you listen to the music. Like me personally, I don't think that matters. I think it would be ridiculous to judge somebody's morals or ethics based on the political affiliation of the artist who they enjoy. Like, I don't give a shit about that personally, but that's just the Derapy guy's opinion. You know, it is whatever you want.
Automatically speak out. So I wanted to bring that up.
I will say that, you know, the music aspect of it, I do think it's fair. You know, if we're going to talk about one.
Yeah, you can judge. I just think it would like for example, I think it would be like a wild thing to like, you know, fuck up a friendship over, you know? Like, I have friends that listen to Kanye West, you know? Obviously, I hate Nazis. Like, I think racism is bad. You know, I think you should treat women well. I'm not going to cut off my friend of 15 years because he listens to Kanye West. Like, that's insane. I would hope that you all wouldn't do that either. I don't think that's reasonable at all. I'm just being a normal person.
Artist who seems to go along with promotion from this administration or any administration. All the artists that do it are also on the table. You know what I mean? I think that for me, this conversation around Iceman has been going on so long, and people are like, hey, man, Iceman, and what's going on in America? They're abducting people in the country. But it's less about the music, honestly, for me. This is a very powerful image. If you know nothing, first of all, it doesn't say the artist's name. It doesn't say this is an album, actually. There's no parental advisory sticker, right? It is Michael Jackson's glove and what's very close to a symbol that is also used by the Confederacy right now, and it's got a MAGA chain on it. There's a population of people who, if this was a billboard somewhere, might have no idea this is actually a Drake album. And that, to me, is what is the craziest. This is why this is more powerful than the video they used that had the song in it that was promoting ICE signups. This actually looks like it could be repurposed however you want. We've seen a million brands use it this week for different stuff. Drake is great at that kind of thing. But this particular image right here, so close to the white power hand signal, Michael Jackson glove on it, with a chain that says MAGA that is tagged iced out.
I would love to know the significance of the hand sign that Drake used for Iceman. I didn't care enough to look into it because, again, I was just trying to judge the quality of the music. But Chathu, do we believe that this sign, which I thought meant okay, by the way, I'm not throwing up anything crazy. I thought that this is how I say 3, by the way. I'm like, okay. I do that all the time. I just think it's funny. I'm like, okay. I didn't know that was harmful. I don't know. I mean, I just think that there's a lot of stuff to criticize Drake about. Like, there are a lot of like really good reasons to hate Drake, and I just don't want to reach if I don't need to, you know? But if you all know the backstory of that, if you think that was intentional and it's a racist dog whistle, like, you can have it. I'm not going to fight you over it. I just didn't think that deeply about it because, you know, whatever.
Is a powerful image on its own, and it stands separately from the music. That's where I'm at with it. Open floor.
It just depends on who's looking at that symbol, because I live in Los Angeles. That's the blood sign. My sons actually just pledged a nuke, just like Justin up here. Some people throw their nukes up like that. It just depends on where.
Oh, it's this X? Oh, I think
you at when you look at that symbol. Because I live in Los Angeles. That's the blood sign.
He lives in Los Angeles. That's the blood sign.
My sons actually just pledged a nuke, just like Justin up here. Some people throw their nukes up like that. It just depends on where you at when you look at that symbol. And if you're in Toronto, that's the 6. So it just depends on where you at, you know, and who looking at it. This
guys in Toronto, it's the 6. Like, I'm not. Come on, I'm not gonna drag it.
This administration has done this a bunch of times and like been incorporating things that's going on in pop culture. I actually don't like it, because it puts the artists in positions that they're not asked to be in, and I think it's not cool that the administration does that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's right, because you can't take someone's art and just say, oh, I'm gonna put it over here, and then we have to have these discussions, and it makes some people just be like, dude is totally aligned with it, which he might be, because of some of the people that he's standing next to. I can understand that premise, but had this not happened and they didn't put a chain up there, like, you gonna put a MAGA chain? That's just I don't agree with that. You know?
Yeah, me neither. And I think that's why I asked that. Like, I don't want you guys to misrepresent what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying, well, him and Kendrick is the same because of this. I'm saying, do y'all think that it's unfair of us to automatically put it on the artist when these thieving ass, authoritarian, clout chasing, dick riding, Trumpian social media posters decide to take what's hot and connect themselves to it? So it's a separate question. I
happen to have been familiar with Drake for long enough to know that he was doing that shit a really, really long time ago. I'm gonna be honest, this has nothing to do with the discourse in the chat. You all have actually been perfectly fine and reasonable. I personally just don't care enough about this conversation. I really want them to talk about the music, so I'm gonna skip forward. If you were really, really interested in them talking about the hand sign and the Trump and the MAGA shit, please, 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 there's a link in the description. Go watch the originals. Like, I'm not gonna do it. This is not what I'm here for. I'm not gonna lie. Here's a really good topic of conversation. How soon is too soon to validate a review? I think this is worth talking about. I just want to talk about music. Like, I don't know.
Okay. Now, I do want to say this in terms of BK's question about how soon is too soon. It's up to everybody on their own. I think that album reviews have always come out when the albums come out. Now, the difference was artists used to get the music, or publications would get the music early, have time to sit with it and write towards that music. But really, since the late aughts, that's been happening less and less and less. And so we have been in a rush to get your opinion out environment.
I feel this for sure.
At least 16 years. Right, at least 16 years we've been here, and that was based off of SEO. Now the thing that's happened is that we went from like, yo, I gotta get this review out in like the next day or 2 or 3, to like, I need to get this reaction video up now. I need to get my tweets off now. I need to get my IG video, TikToks off now.
Yeah, that shit is sad. And there was a point in time where I felt like I had to do that, and now I just decide it really depends on how I'm feeling. Like, y'all cannot convince me to stay up till midnight to listen to some shit anymore. If I feel like it, I will. I remember with the Carter 6, I think I did that shit like 2 or 3 days later, you know. I recognize that there's like a certain sense of urgency, but I'm serving the people that are subscribed to my YouTube channel, and I don't think they're gonna unsubscribe because I didn't listen to an album fast enough. So I'm just gonna get to it on my own time. It'll be like timely, but it's not gonna be like, you know, I'm not gonna promise you Friday morning or Thursday night at midnight. It's not reasonable. I'm just a person.
And so I think what that has done to the conversation has made an emphasis on snark, an emphasis on comedy, an emphasis on things that naturally just go viral be part of how people convey what their feelings are. And so a lot of times you'll get some of the best reviews that are hilarious, at least most watch reviews or viral clips that go around that are hilarious, but don't necessarily get you into where the album might actually really be. For me personally, if it's an album that I'm like really passionate about reviewing, I try to have it up within 2 days. But I'm also the type of reviewer who's gonna listen to music in multiple different situations before I put pen to paper. I'll invite people over to my house and be like, yo, why don't y'all come through, kick it, have some drinks or whatever, let's just chill over here. And I'll just play that album exclusively there and just see how—
I'm not yapping about this for 8 hours, I promise you.
soon it takes for them to tell me to skip, right? I'll go—
Album's so bad having you talk about politics. Okay, Chathu, seriously, I would like for you to participate. How many times do you have to listen to an album before you feel like you can properly judge it? I mean, like, critically. For me, I think at bare minimum, you have to listen to it at least twice. At least twice. 3 for good measure, for me especially because it's my job. But what about you all? Do you think that you can get it in 1 listen or 2 or 5? I'm trying to see what y'all are saying. Minimum 3, 5, okay. Because I know for a fact that like somebody like Anthony Fantano, for example, who I admire as a content creator, just, you know, as a guy that does music stuff, I know for a fact he's not listening to stuff once. For me, I will give, if you're familiar with the channel, you know that I will give a rating after the first time I listen to an album, but that changes. Like, that's just for, you know, I don't know if posterity is the right word, but that's just for the sake of like me wanting to, you know, have my initial feeling out about it. I don't like using words like it's very good or it's fantastic or like I'd like to assign a number to it. I think it's fun. But I'm not going to tell you, oh, this album is definitively a 9 because I've listened to it once. I think that would be silly. When I first heard The Fall Off, I genuinely thought it kind of sucked. I listened to it like 3 or 4 more times and I was like, the album's actually kind of good. It's actually fine, you know? So, yeah, I think that's a conversation worth having. I wouldn't take anybody super seriously. Now, also, there are exceptions to the rule, right? Because from the very first time I heard Iceman, there are certain songs on there where I was like, No amount of re-listens is gonna make me fucking like this. No amount of listens to Bees on the Table is gonna make me like that shit. Obviously. There's some things that you know immediately. But I do think that, like, if you're trying to be fair, the least you can do is listen to it twice. So, yeah. There's the take.
Drive around the city and do that. I will, you know what I mean, put it on, blast it in the gym before I even get to the point where I'm sitting down and listening to the album while reading the lyrics. Because music's an environment thing, at least for me. I know that those environments have become more narrow as time's gone on. More people are spending more time in their headphones. More people are, you know, hearing songs through reactors on YouTube or things like that. But I try to at least give it, for me, it's less about the amount of time and more about the number of places that I'm experiencing the album. And generally speaking, if I have a deadline, like I decided that I was in no hurry to give a review to Drake's album, for me personally. And the reason I did that was because of three things. One, it's a lot, right? Two, we got a first day reaction. I've got a first day video up on my channel. I've got a midweek coverage of what the conversations are around it. And part of that is also how I'm experiencing this album, because this is a very unique situation. But then also three, it's like, he flooded the zone. There is so much going on throughout this whole process that I honestly don't think that
I'm just a guy. Sorry. I muted my mic because I was texting my wife reminding her to eat because she's pregnant, and if she doesn't like eat every couple of hours, then, you know, she gets like tired, or, you know, our baby starves or whatever. I just didn't want you all to think that like I was looking down and like texting or whatever instead of like properly reacting. I'm not trying to get sued. And I also want to, you know, do quality content or whatever. I'm over explaining it. It doesn't matter.
it would be fair to the artist. It would be not the artist. It would be fair to my audience to just give my reaction based off of a narrow understanding of what these projects really are. Now, I can tell you how I feel about it very easily. I think that from track one to Make 'Em Pay, you're probably pretty good. You're probably pretty good. Make 'Em Cry, Dusty, Ran to Atlanta, Whisper My Name, Janet Shut the Fuck Up, whatever's right after that, and Make 'Em Pay, you're straight. You're straight. And my experience listening to that, I feel like he actually ran out of steam after that.
I love the, thank God Justin Hunt's actually talking about the songs on the album.
Pretty good. Make 'Em Cry, Dusty, Ran to Atlanta, Whisper My Name, Janet Shut the Fuck Up, whatever's right after that, and Make 'Em Pay, you're straight. You're straight. And my experience listening to that, I feel like he actually ran out of steam after that. There's some great beats that have less great rhymes on them. There's a lot of perplexing bars. A lot of perplexing bars. There's a meme going around right now talking about how Drake is credited as the only writer on everything, and it feels like it. And I don't mean that as a shot. I mean that in terms of like,
there's a meme going around where Drake is credited as the only writer on every song, and it feels like it. That's funny. That's silly, but I think it's real.
Like how dynamic Drake can be. If you go listen to, if you're reading this, it's too late. Go listen to the amount of the flows and pockets he finds on that album. Go listen to that.
It's because he had help. You know what's so crazy? I didn't even think about this because, again, I just listen to the music. I'm not looking at the credits. I'm not looking at the chat. Like, I don't care. I'm just listening to the sounds. And is it possible that Drake took so long to get this album out because he knew he had to write all of it himself? That's something that I didn't even consider until the great Justin Hunt brought it up. Because it's easy to put out an album every year when people are helping you write shit. You know what I mean? But if he is legitimately the only writer on every song, which is, you know, it's like, I was about to say is impressive, as if that's not just the way it should be. Like, Drake has almost brainwashed us into thinking that it's just normal to have people help you write shit. But yeah, that's such an interesting thing that I didn't really consider. Maybe he didn't have help. Good for him.
You're like, okay, this is amazing, but you understand how music is collaborative at a lot of times, and that is what's happening there. You know, go listen to Nothing Was the Same. Like, this Drake here sounds like Part 6 Drake. It sounds like a lot of Family Matters Drake in here.
Oh, Justin. Oh, buddy. Oh, you're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. I don't mean this as a shot, but he sounds like the sharp part piss. I don't mean this to be derogatory, but he sounds like the worst shit that I've ever heard in my life. Oh, I love the company, man. That's good. That's funny.
Wise, a lot of it. And he's cooking from a flow standpoint, but then when I start to sit with his perspective.
Do I think Drake only makes good music when there's ghostwriters? I'm sure he's made a song on his own that was good. He's made a lot of music.
It gets very narrow. And that's always been my challenge with Drake. I find Drake to be very narrow. And the narrow lanes that he occupies, he can be a titan within those things. But after track 6, just like most of my experience with Drake's music, after track 6, I feel like I kind of heard it all. And that is the real challenge. What Hidda was talking about earlier was me and him were going back and forth last week, or earlier this week, about these projects. And Hidda was extolling, just like he was today, Iceman. And I told him Maid of Honor is, to me, the best one. Because that one, at least from a listening standpoint, didn't feel conventional. Whether he executes everything at the level that Rolling Stone is telling me, or at the level that Pitchfork is telling me, because I listen to this and I feel like there's a lot of versions of this music that have a lot more seasoning on them. I'm not saying that as a shot, but from just listening to what Drake has put out, these 3 projects, that's the one that's at least most interesting, particularly because of I think the production itself forced Drake into different pockets that he doesn't choose to explore on Iceman or Habibti, which there's literally one song in there I like that's classic. But I think when it comes to how much time we're going to spend reviewing something, how long is too long and how long is not enough, that's just up to the listener and who they want to trust at that point in time.
Great takes from Justin Hunt. I do think that it's up to the listener. It really does depend on it is like a person-to-person thing. How many times you have to listen to something, how many times you have to digest it, where you're listening to it matters. There are songs that I've listened to like through a speaker, through my headphones, and then I listen to it in the car and it sounds way better, you know? You guys probably heard of the car test. If you were someone you know makes music, you got to play that shit in the car, see how it sounds. When I used to write raps and record myself or whatever, I wasn't doing the car test, you know? I was just like, it sounds good on my little Apple AirBuds, so I guess I should put this shit out, and it's whatever. The writing is good, the production's not, but you know, it's not what I went to school for. But for me, the Iceman album, I'll say, when I first heard it, I was like, I forgot what my initial rating was. I think it was like a 3 or something. It was like a light 3 or something. It was bad. It was bad. I initially thought the album was kind of bad. But then I listened to it more on my own. I listened to it in the car. I listened to it on a walk through AirPods, you know. And then I was like, if I was being as nice and as charitable as humanly possible, which I tend to do, I could give it a light to decent 5. That's being as nice as I can. Some of the songs are good. Some of the songs are really bad. None of the songs are perfect. It is not a classic. It is not great. It's not total garbage. It's not trash. It's just, it's all right, bro. It's okay. That's how I feel.
Well, I tend to agree with the Maid of Honor take, but it's also because you're, as a listener, if you love rap music and you love hip hop, you're kind of off the hook from trying to think about whether or not Drake is doing that well, because he is doing something that other rappers don't try to do, right? To give him credit, other rappers don't try to make international Latin beat, Afro beat, club banger, so you can just sort of feel free. And the thing I feel, though, on that album, he kind of feels like a passenger. I don't know. It feels like Gordo, the producer, is doing a lot of work. Whoever else is writing is doing a lot of work. He's good, but maybe it's the best project because it's the least Drakey. It doesn't really have a perspective.
It's the best project because it's the least Drakey. Calling somebody a passenger on their own album is so funny. Derek kind of sounds just like a passenger on this podcast. It's like editor Derek is really doing all the work.
Other than just I'm horny and here's my mom, you know?
Whoa!
A lot of work. Whoever else is writing is doing a lot of work. He's good, but maybe it's the best project because it's the least Drakey. It doesn't really have a perspective other than just I'm horny and here's my mom, you know?
What? I'm horny and here's my mom. All right, buddy. All right. Okay. I mean, that is what he did, though.
Sorry, that.
You have a really good breakdown of Maid of Honor and the Freudian aspects of it, and like the whole "here's my mom" whole phase, "here's my mom" fingers.
Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. I feel like it's The Sopranos. I'm horny. Here's my mom would be a crazy album name. If Drake, it's so funny because that's literally what happened. It was actually, the order was actually, here's my mom, I'm horny, which is wild. Goodness gracious. Why would he do that?
There's some things going on. Yeah, it's very cringe.
Yeah. But yo, that's awesome. We got.
Is this your first time?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was ridiculous. I'm not doing that again. Don't clip that.
I think that's. Oh, sorry. Were you saying something?
No, I like y'all's perspectives on that. I've just been seeing that as like a, it's too quick. Like, there's no way, and like there is some merit to like how long it takes you to listen to 43 songs and like.
Yeah. Look, people need to understand that everybody's opinion isn't necessarily worth the same weight. I respect everybody's right to have an opinion, but I'm not listening to certain people when I go to certain places. I don't go to the mechanic and listen to the doctor. Okay, I go listen to the mechanic, right? And so there are people who have through years of experience or institutional knowledge or just an expertise in a space, any given space, movies, video games, whatever it is, like who I trust their opinion because it includes all of those things. I'm not necessarily going to go to, someone I don't necessarily see the reputation that they've earned to get their opinions on certain things. And that's not a
Great take from Justin Hunt, by the way. The guy's great. Listen, I'm not going to promise you the single most, why do I keep acting like I can't pick this up? I'm not going to promise you the single most in-depth analysis you're going to see throughout all of YouTube.com, okay? I'm not Dissect Podcast. I'm just not. I could never be, okay? What I can promise you is that I will always be honest about the music, even if it's somebody that I hate, I'm not going to sit here and just be like, now that Kanye annoys me to the point where he's borderline irredeemable, you know what? Gold Digger actually was never that good. I'm not going to do that. One thing that I can always promise you is that I'm never going to lie about the quality of music. I can't do it. I can't. But I do know some people that will lie, have lied and will lie, and they will listen to something halfway through and say it's the best album they've ever heard. They haven't even finished it. It's disgusting. It makes me sick. Ugh, I spit on it. It makes me sick. I was watching This Is a Shot, and I don't care. I was watching No Life Shaq react to some silly songs for you. He was like, this is about the best shit I ever heard. That was such a bad impression. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. I was watching No Life Shaq react to some sexy songs for you, and he was trying to sound like that was the toughest shit ever. He was like, this is real R&B. No. No, it's not. No. Don't listen to that. That's wrong, okay? You need somebody that's going to be honest with you, okay? Even if they don't have the world's greatest analysis, you can at least appreciate the honesty. And I can do that, I know some ball. That impression was so bad. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that.
Nah, because here's a great example. I will go to a Drake superfan, for example, and check out their review. Now, if their review is just shallow and just like, oh, this is the best ever, I love this song. This song's great. This song's great. This song's not great. Whatever. I'm not gonna retain that the same way. But there are Drake superfans out there who could do a fantastic job of contextualizing what's happening within the music and how it's different from his previous work, or how that community was moved by a moment. Right. My favorite moment out of all of this stuff, and truthfully of Drake's albums over the past, since the second half of Scorpion, is Princess. Not necessarily one of my favorite songs. It's the last song of Maid of Honor. That whole album is a party album. And
hold on.
All of this stuff, and truthfully of Drake's albums over the past, since the second half of Scorpion, is Princess. Not necessarily one of my favorite songs. It's
Which one is Princess on? Is that the song that I think it is? Justin, stop. Get that thing away from me! What do you say about Princess?
The last song was moved by a moment, right? My favorite moment out of all of this stuff, and truthfully of Drake's albums over the past, since the second half of Scorpion, is Princess.
I'm just gonna let it go. 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 I'm just gonna let
Not
it go.
necessarily one of my favorite songs. It's the last song of Maid of Honor. That whole album is a party album. And truthfully, Maid of Honor is supposed to be listened to last. So this is like the last song of the three. He goes through whatever he's going through emotionally on Habibti, because that is just sleepy, to very upset and revenge. And then he goes to party. He's outside tweaking. They're popping all kinds of drugs. They're putting stuff on all kinds of songs. And then Princess, he finds some chick dead in the bathroom, right? And so that is a very dark conclusion to someone who doesn't get dark like that, like contextually, that I'm used to. I'm not used to Drake doing that kind of stuff. I don't think it necessarily saves my
No, I don't think it was Justin that didn't like Luther. I think it was the Cam Newton knockoff that didn't like it.
True opinion of most of what's going on at this point in time, but I can recognize that there is a narrative thread here, and that's not something I'm also really used to from Drake. You know what I mean?
Maybe he's saying that he appreciates it like from a I'm genuinely trying to be as charitable as possible. Maybe he's saying that he liked it because of the way that like it wrapped up the narrative from the project, and like he was shocked by Drake's ability to actually like tie up a story. Maybe I don't want to believe that he really likes how the song sounds. I cannot believe it. It is what we would call unbelievable. I can't accept that. I won't accept it, actually.
If I'm a Drake fan, I'm not necessarily someone I would describe as someone who is lightly critical on Drake. I'm heavy-handed in my criticism a lot of times when it comes to Drake. But I can look at this through the lens of a Drake fan who might find appreciation in that. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm looking for when I'm looking at who is telling me what's good and what's not good.
Justin's a professional. So I appreciate the fact that like he actively seeks out pro Drake content to see what the vibe is and like what they really love about it. And I allow myself to do that too. I think that's like a responsible thing to do as a professional music critic, which I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not a professional music critic anymore because I critique music and then YouTube pays me for it. So I'm just gonna give myself the credit for that. But Justin's been in the game way longer. He knows ball. And I think that's a really good approach, you know? I think it's important if you're gonna critique music to be like, what do people like about this? What do people that really wanted to like it, like, how do they feel about it? What do they enjoy so much? And because of that, I can understand why somebody thinks that Janice STFU is a good song, you know? Like, I understand it. I don't like it, but I get it, you know? It's fine. But I also understand why people hate the music. So, you know.
Word up. The main show. Oh, is that hit? You got something to say? Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
I got you. Okay, my bad. There you go.
Oh, he's about to wrap it up, I think.
Yeah, I got a lot to say.
Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
So check this out, man.
All right.
Drake's the context of the content is new. This is new progressive music. If you listen to how
I don't know why it keeps like triggering me when he says progressive music, because it just there's something about that word just like I just don't think that's the proper term to use to describe Drake's music.
the music is transitioning. On Maid of Honor, he does a great job of mixing Afro beats with a little bit of reggae tone. Those are good songs that people were playing all weekend this weekend. Everybody I've talked to, they like the Maid of Honor the most. But however, online, the topic of conversation continues to be Iceman. And that's not even the best album. You know what I'm saying? However,
Sorry. Okay.
Iceman, he's dropping bars. It has content. There's a lot of Easter eggs to unpack. There's no way you can unpack all of those Easter eggs and fully have them in context in less than a week. I'm talking about for anybody.
You know what annoys me about this guy? He just keeps talking about how great the shit is, and he won't give like a single example. Like he won't like give, what song are you talking about? What lyrics are you talking about? Like I can tell you specifically, the first half of National Treasure is great rapping, you know? The Envy Me bar was bad. the bars that he had about like J. Cole, there was like a really good J. Cole diss on one of the tracks, oddly enough, even though I don't think he should be dissing J. Cole at all. But there are certain pockets, there are certain flows, there are certain tracks that I enjoyed and can speak specifically on. But this guy who claims is the greatest album of the generation can't give me a fucking song or a hook or anything specifically that he liked about it. I like how he mixed the sounds together. All right, buddy. Okay. This guy's like the Stephen A. Smith of liking Drake music.
Now we can listen to it. Yeah, this is our first impression. And first impressions does a lot. When you meet somebody, when you first hear something, the first time you smell good cologne, first time you eat good food or bad food, the first impression is everything. So for some people, it might not have given off that first impression that you know, like, oh yeah. But as you continue to listen, as I've continued to listen, I begin to appreciate the Iceman album more and more.
I feel like where do these Easter eggs lead to? Am I interested in that? Me personally, no. And also, maybe Maid of Honor should have just been the drop. But Iceman was the one that he like promoted and rolled out, and I feel like that's
right.
Me. And maybe I prefer Drake with Melody, Summer Vibes Drake. Like I said, like honestly, Nevermind was. I still play that like when the summer rolls around, like around my birthday, every year since that came out, except for 2024. But maybe he should have just dropped Maid of Honor and said, let's just, because in 2024 he was like, Summer Vibes coming, and they never came. Maybe he should have just.
That did happen. You know how people have been talking about LARPers? I'm convinced the sizable chunk of Drake fans are LARPing. That is like a shockingly great take. I didn't even really consider that. People are LARPing as Drake fans. And I can like honestly see the appeal of it because it is funny. Like Drake fans are so absurd, like at least the ones that exist in online spaces, right? There's probably like your neighbor might love Drake and you might never know that about them and they're like a normal person, which is cool. But a lot of Drake fans that are in online spaces, there's no way they actually like Drake this much. Like, like a lot of these people, like I don't believe it. I think that it's like a character for them. Like it's just a persona, which is fascinating to me. And I'm also not going to pretend like Kendrick doesn't have those two. Some people are unironically calling themselves like, you know, boogies or whatever the fuck, or like K-bots or whatever. Like everything I say in regard to like my fandom towards either of them is like obviously a joke, I think. But there are some people that really see themselves as like, I don't know, like little saviors or something, OVO soldiers. Like you think you're a soldier? You're LARPing. Like you don't actually believe this. People are treating Drake fandom like it's World of Warcraft or something. Like it's Mass Effect. They're picking a class, you know? Am I gonna be an annoying Drake YouTube commenter? Or am I gonna be like an annoying Twitter space Drake fan? Am I gonna be a annoying Drake content creator? What level of Drake LARPing do I want to engage in today, you know? Please don't LARP as a Derapy fan. I don't think I would appreciate it very much.
Wait, with the Maid of Honor Party album that you just dropped, instead of like, you don't drop Ice in the summer.
I kind of agree with you. I really agree with you. Like on that, because, you know, Maid of Honor is clearly the best album. Now, Habidi, I can't make excuses for that one. You know, that's for the ladies. You know, I can't make no excuses for that. Am I gonna play it? Was that for me? Was that for us? Maybe not. It wasn't for me though. You know, I think that was like, it kind of ranks like toward the bottom. I don't think he's ever had an album just slow like that. Even the Party Next Door, even the album he did with Party Next Door, had a little bit more pace to it. You know what I'm saying?
A human take from the guy.
I don't think he's ever had an album just slow like that. Even the Party Next Door, maybe not. It wasn't for me though. You know, I think that was like, you know, that's for the ladies. You know, I can't make no excuses for that. Am I gonna play it? Was that for me? Was that for us? Maybe not. It wasn't for me though. You know, I think that was like, it kind of ranks like toward the bottom. I don't think he's ever had an album just slow like that. Even the Party Next Door, even the album he did with Party Next Door, had a little bit more pace to it. You know what I'm saying?
I 100% agree with that. If we're looking at attempted R&B albums, Some Sexy Songs for You is the one to listen to. I would not get caught up in Habibti. I would, you know, I could go back a year because he ain't been gone that long. I go back last year and I go listen to what he put out last year because that one. And I don't know if it's the party's influence or how that one feels more intentional, like they were rolling out one album instead of trying to surprise people with 2 extra ones. I think that one hits the mark in a different kind of way. And, you know, it's really interesting, right? And I want to say this and we'll move on to our next segment real quick, but it's really interesting in retrospect. I think I'm on the fence about whether or not Drake has underserved his fans in this situation.
Nah. You get what you ask for. Not to make this analogy again and not to make it political, but you know, when you vote for Trump and then Trump fucks up the country, like you just get what you ask for. if you miss Drake desperately and dearly and you just want him to drop and you want anything from him, you'll take anything. Nom, 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 nom. If it's Drake, I'm gonna eat it up. When you get 40 tracks and 32 of them he half-assed, you just get what you ask for. I think that they're more than satisfied with it. And even if they don't like it, they're gonna pretend like they like it.
I think from a volume standpoint, everybody should be happy. People who like Drake R&B songs, well, they got something they can focus on. Maybe they'll like Habibti, maybe they won't, but they got something they can focus on. The idea is to give people who like his dance stuff, international stuff, something to focus on, and his rap fans to give something to focus on. I understand what the mission is. But part of what the rumor was is that this gets him out of his contract. Now, Joe and John over at the Popcast came out and said, it's confusing. There's a lot of stuff going on. They talked to people on both sides of this conversation, and neither side would confirm that this gets him out of his deal, right? So that's still up in the air, which tells me it's not certain that this will get him out of his deal. So if it's not certain that it's going to get him out of his deal, he dropped 3 albums, and only one of them, one of the surprise ones, is actually getting the best response. Probably an opportunity just to take the best songs from each one of them, put them on one project, and then now you have a statement piece that everyone can react to that contains the best.
Nah, but then you don't break the records like that.
And so rather than now, if I was a Drake fan now, I'd probably get tired of watching all these people say all these different things when it's, you know, there's good stuff that you can find in all of them, because I do like classic off of Habibti. That's the one song I actually do like.
Hold on. I'm not saying anything. I haven't said anything. I didn't say a word. All I did was play the music.
When it's, you know, there's good stuff that you can find in all of them, because I do like classic off of Habibti. That's the one song I actually do like.
All I did was play the music.
But instead we still found a way to come away feeling, at least I've come away feeling how I felt about Drake projects since the second half of Scorpion, which is there's way too much going on here. You know what I mean? So it's like he did the same thing for the numbers or for his deal and to make these statements, but from an art standpoint, as I connect with it, I still feel the same. And I wonder if over time Drake fans will say the same thing, because there's a lot of hoopla every time Drake drops. But Drake fans, if you go listen to them talk enough.
This is not, okay, y'all let this nigga sing like that for 15 years. He did not always sound like that. This is what I'm talking about. We can hate on Drake's current music because it's genuinely ass, but I'm not gonna pretend like Marvin's Room or Passion Fruit is just bad singing, because it's just not, you know. He has this song called Shot For Me off Take Care. He's singing well on the song.
They don't let the cat out of the bag. And when they describe Iceman, they say, yo, he ain't rapped this good since Views. This is best joint since Scorpion. Well, last year, 2 years ago, they told me he's the greatest in the world. He just wiped the floor with Kendrick Lamar. They tell me all the time how flawless his catalog is. But you listen to them talk about this album, he ain't done this one since, if you were reading this, it's too late. That lets you know how they actually kind of feel about the project. Open floor.
That's a great.
All right. You know what? Shout out to Culture United. I do want to do this exercise. There's this one song that I said I wanted to listen to earlier. I hope you all remembered it. Hell yeah, I remembered it. It was the Ludacris freestyle. We're gonna listen to that in a little bit. I want to show you all what I think. And actually, you know what? Before I transition, Yes, I'm obviously being my raw and authentic self. I feel like I owe that to you all, if nothing else. But the opinions that are expressed about Culture United or the Panelist it's mainly for entertainment purposes. I have no problems with any of these people. Even if I think their takes are bad, even if I think their classic is bad, it's just not that big of a deal. You know, music is subjective. Shout out Justin Hunt for being like a cool person and allowing me to react to this. Culture United is every Wednesday evening. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. There's a link in the description if you want to go watch his live in full. That being said, let's listen to some old Drake music and see if I'm wrong. Because I could be tripping. I could be coping. And, you know, if I am, I'm sure that you all will be honest with me. But it's also possible that we go back and listen to the music and it's just simply not that bad. So, you know. Let's just do the thing. We're not going to spend too much time on this because it isn't actually a Drake channel. But I am curious. Also, thank you. Huge. Thank you. I owe you 5 push-ups. I'm not gonna do them right now. Remind me at the end of the stream, please. This is from Drake's best album. Everybody, probably 70% of Drake fans that you see say that this is his best work. And I want you to be honest, because that's all I ever ask. Does he sound like he can sing on this song? Better. I mean, you can, but you'd be lying. The guy clearly used to be able to sing. So sometimes, I'm gonna get mad. The fact that he chooses to sing like ass is what's so frustrating, because you know that he can, like he used to. Like he used to be able to sing. I don't know what he's doing now. Like, why aren't you better at singing? Let's listen to a little bit of Marvin's Room. We're not gonna listen anymore. Drake used to be good. There is proof. It's on the Take Care album. I'm not gonna go tell you to listen to Drake music. I'm going to tell you that if you're curious and if you want to know why people used to like Drake, the proof is literally here. I'm going to give you one more example of what I think is an example of, oh my God, Doing It Wrong is also an example of Drake being a good singer. The Ride is one of his best rap songs probably ever. I just want you to listen to, there's one, where the fuck is it? Is it towards the bottom? Just the idea, the breath control, the delivery, the like this anymore, you know? Like he genuinely, like the fire is gone. Like he wouldn't even try to get some shit off like this. Like I don't think he believes in himself anymore. He was genuinely trying to be a good rapper. So one day, maybe one day, we will fully revisit Take Care, the album, and you know, we can talk about what happened and what changed. That day is not today. You're not going to catch me on a stream that has Culture United in the title, listening to a bunch of Drake music. That is absolutely enough. The last thing that we are going to do is we're going to listen to this Ludacris freestyle because I feel like it, and I haven't listened to the whole thing. And then we're going to get out of here. I'm going to do some push-ups, and we're going to get the hell out of here. Thank you all for pulling up. It's truly been fun. I take nothing for granted. What a cool job, you know? I think we learned something. I think we laughed. It's been nice. Hey, Derek, play the Ludacris. Yeah. I remember. Thank you. Thank you. Don't look at my homepage. Is this the shit? I think this is the shit.
Ludacris. Get lost their mind, Luda. Man, we got pullover video out right now. Facts. Streaming. We got crazy. Real
Turn it up.
Glorilla. Ludacris and Glorilla, Real Hustler. Let's talk about Atlanta.
is in LA.
Listen, let's do this. Atlanta, the city, black millionaire mecca, the dirty, the home of the brave. Where we stacking that dough in the trap, keeping a hoe in our lap till our home is a grave. Hey, blow it all in magic. Our strippers are better than buying tickets to Cirque du Soleil. Wait, so many cakes, all in my face. Every day is my birthday. Let's do it. Pull out the old school Chevys in the Cadillacs, drop tops, everybody riding on chrome. Fist full of diamonds, blue, red, and yellow. It feel like I got them infinity stones. Let's do it. Hammer always on me like Thor. I'm so low key. I keep that Iron Man. Never cared about a comment of an internet troll. Y'all stay on the web like Spider-Man. Let's go. Faster than Captain America, run and get mad green like the Hulk. See no trace of these niggas that mention my name. Should I outline them in chalk? Why not? When you speak of Atlanta, you speaking of only the best, and you speaking of Luda. Got 2 baby mamas, a wife, and 4 kids. I always been a straight shooter, just incredible.
Buddy, brother, clears all of Iceman, unironically, not even trying to be funny. Better rapping than the entirety of Drake's album. These are just the facts. I didn't even know he was still rapping like this. This is fucking crazy. It's crazy. Why is he still doing this?
Line them in chalk. Why not? When you speak of Atlanta, you speaking of only the best, and you speaking of Luda. Got 2 baby mamas, a wife, and 4 kids. I always been a straight shooter, just incredible.
Just incredible.
Straight shooter. Hey, my brother got 2 baby mamas, a wife, and 4 kids. I always been a straight shooter.
I like that. Ludacris is here.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I had him on the show.
It's been a minute.
My brother, I'd like to see if we can go 2 for 2. I'd like to play another,
that.
you know what I mean?
Oh my God, there's more.
Because you got the new song out, shout to Glorilla.
Absolutely, real hustler.
Shout to the whole
now.
crew. I'm going to drop another beat on them, you know what I mean? See if we can go 2 for 2. What you think?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go crazy. Ludacris is here. Just incredible.
Hey.
That freestyle series, ATL type shit.
ATL type shit.
Ludacris looks the exact same as he did like 25 years ago, by the way.
Ooh, I like this. Let's
ATL
go.
type shit.
Yes.
ATL type shit. I like that.
All right, let's go.
Listen. Skirt out the dealership, racing to the paint shop. You gon' need a Brinks truck if I do a bank drop. Driving with my drink up, never let a drip drop. Tune up at your bitch house, that's my only pit stop. F1 Luda 200 on the speedometer. Car came with a stripper pole, miners let a photographer. Pose, Luda back now, aunties doing cartwheels. I've been slinging chickens out of LAX and Hartsfield. Gold, music, movies, TV, triple threat.
Yes.
I got my mama and my partners out of debt.
Yes.
Just incredible, and I'm on the lift off show. I'll take this mic and do this verse up on my jet.
Damn, off
Ever
top.
since the Hollywood star, I tripled my pay.
I like that.
Tell these promoters I need 500K.
500K.
Cause I'm from ATLA and TA and all I do is win. But that bitch never moved out of my way. Let her know.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Ad-libs are insane. Also, shout out Just Incredible. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a breath of fresh air to listen to some real rap. Shout out Ludacris. Grew up listening to him. In case you didn't know, grew up in the South. I like to tell people, you know, I was right around the Atlanta area. I grew up in Chattanooga. It was 2 hours away. Home of Usher, who also doesn't claim us. But yeah, shout out Ludacris. Thank you all for tapping in. I appreciate you. I owe you 5 push-ups, but the good news is this is not going to be my last stream ever. So if you haven't already, like the video. What to look forward to? Top 1 million worst Big Sean bars coming soon. We just did a stream on that, so you can expect a podcast in the next day or 2. I'm going live on Twitch tonight to definitely not watch the World Cup. So if you follow me on Twitch at Derapy Pod, you can check me out there. So yeah, that Big Sean pod. What else am I working on? Other fun stuff. Wing Wong Wednesday leftovers. Blah blah blah. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We are so close to. Wait. Hold on. We're 2 subscribers away from 39,900. Can you please subscribe to my YouTube channel? We're 2 away. Can you subscribe? Can you do that, please? Did you enjoy the show? Would you subscribe to my channel, please? We're 2 away. That's all I have for you today. Love you, mean it, spread the bread, and enjoy the outro. It's Ludacris and Glorilla. It's the